Chapter 1193. Lord Thunder King, where did the sea monster go? Was it scared off by Lord Thunder King's might? There were many pirates on the cruise ship. Everyone looked at the calm sea, but their eyes were filled with infinite fear. Everyone knew that the sea monster had not left, but they were just comforting themselves. It seems to have disappeared. There's no movement at all. Not good, Thunder King. The enemy's 5 warships are trying to land, fuck. They want to land on Somalia? Do they think our pirate crew doesn't exist? Lord Thunder King, that sea monster is probably hungry and came out to look for food. Now that it's full, let's charge over and destroy those 5 warships. Rumble. Before the commander could finish his sentence, a loud sound came from the sea. The cruise ship seemed to have been hit by a heavy object as it swayed left and right. Everyone on the ship screamed in fear. Fuck. What's going on? How is the captain steering the ship? It's fucking on the reef. The Thunder King roared angrily. He still did not know what had happened. Thunder King, it doesn't look like it hit the reef. Why does it feel like the ship is floating up? The commander was scared out of his wits. He had a bad feeling. You must have drunk too much again. Why is the ship floating up by itself? Do you think it's a spaceship? The Thunder King was furious. Not good, the ship is really floating, Thunder King, there's a monster under the ship. It's that sea monster. Just as the Thunder King roared, the pirates on the ship suddenly fell into chaos. The shaking at the bottom of the ship became more intense. More than half of the ship emerged from the water. Finally, the entire cruise ship was out in the sea, as if it was flying on the sea. Roar. The roar of an ancient beast came from the bottom of the ship. The black tortoise, which had disappeared for a long time, emerged from the sea like an island, scaring everyone into a panic. Fuck. What the fuck is this? The Thunder King could not remain calm. He looked down at the bottom of the ship. This was the first time he had seen the black tortoise at such a close distance. The Thunder King had dominated the Somali waters for more than a decade, but this was the first time he had seen such a huge sea monster. Thunder King, quick, run my ass. Where can we run to now? If you jump into the sea, you'll be eaten. If you don't jump, you'll be waiting for the cruise ship to capsize. The strength of the black tortoise made the originally ferocious and rampant Somali pirates completely despair. Hundreds of pirates were stunned on the cruise ship. They watched as the cruise ship was about to sink into the sea, but no one could stop it. Chin Fun stood on the starry sky flying sword and hovered in the void. Looking at the raging waves on the sea, it was as though doomsday was coming. Rumble. Rumble. The black tortoise used all its strength and completely lifted the cruise ship. The many-banded kite swung its body and knocked the entire cruise ship into the sea. The surface of the sea surged with raging waves, and the cruise ship instantly fell silent. The people on the ship were instantly submerged in the vast ocean. Roar. However, Black Tortoise's attack did not stop. It swam towards the other 2 large cruise ships. This was the rhythm of completely destroying the Somali pirates. At the same time, the patrolling teams of the various countries near the Somali waters were completely stunned. They had all seen what had happened. What fuck? Navy Admiral, a giant beast has been discovered over there, and all the Somali pirates have been defeated. On the U.S. military ship, a voice transmission came from the observer. The entire American fleet lurking nearby was shocked. What kind of underwater monster was this? Commander Ma, a giant beast has been discovered in the Somali waters. Requesting orders. The Chinese fleet had also witnessed the spectacular scene just now and was currently requesting orders from their superiors. The ships and fleets of more than a dozen countries, big and small, surrounded the area, but none of them dared to approach the battlefield. Thousands of people were dumbfounded. In the distance, the waves were turbulent, and the sea waves were tumbling. It was as spectacular as a Category 12 typhoon. Leah and the rest had already landed on Somali Island. Hundreds of people stood on the shore of the island and were also shocked by the scene. Sister-in-law, what do we do now? Is Big Brother Chin alright? The Scorpion King had long since lost his soul. He completely understood Chin Fan's strength. The group of Blood Alliance members were also in a daze. They felt as though they were dreaming. Let's quickly occupy the island, rescue Lucy's father, and take back the diamond mine. Chin Fan will definitely be fine. Let's go. Leah was also worried about Chin Fan, but she trusted Chin Fan even more. Since the division of labor was already clear, Leah had to do her best to complete the task that Chin Fan had given her. The group of Blood Alliance members were all fired up. The core members of the Somali pirates were all defeated by Chin Fan at sea. The scattered forces on the island were nothing in the Blood Alliance's eyes. Under Leah's lead, the group of members quickly attacked and split into two groups to kill their way into the Somali island. Zhang Yuncheng, you bastard, let me go. In a mansion on the island, Gui Yifan was tied up and thrown into the corner of the living room. He had already been under house arrest for the entire night. The sky outside the window had already turned white, as though it had become one with the sea. Zhang Hua was sleeping on the sofa, while Zhang Yuncheng was smoking a cigarette under the floor-to-ceiling window. Last night, Lucy had escaped, which made Zhang Yuncheng very unhappy. Ah! Dad, what's that sound? A series of loud noises came from outside the window, like the muffled thunder before a storm, waking Zhang Hua up from his sleep. Zhang Yuncheng glanced at the dark clouds in the sky and said indifferently, "Isn't it just thunder? Why are you so surprised? Look at your cowardly look, where did you inherit my domineering attitude?" After Zhang Yuncheng finished lecturing his son, he kicked Gui Yifan. "Aren't you tired after yelling for the entire night? I'm annoyed just listening to you. If you keep yapping, I'll kill you." Zhang Yuncheng listened to the continuous noises from the seaside and felt annoyed for some reason. Zhang Hua was so scared that he didn't dare to speak. Gui Yifan laughed coldly and said, "You don't dare to kill me, otherwise you would have already done it. Now that Lucy has escaped, hurry up and let me go. Otherwise, when my daughter calls the police and brings people to arrest you, you'll all be finished." Although Gui Yifan had fallen into Zhang Yuncheng's hands, he was a wealthy businessman who had experienced many hardships, so he wasn't afraid of Zhang Yuncheng. A few Somali pirates were guarding the villa with guns. Zhang Yuncheng glared at Gui Yifan and roared, "Don't think that I don't dare to kill you. These pirates have killed people. Even if they kill you, it has nothing to do with me." Gui Yifan wasn't stupid. He knew that Zhang Yuncheng didn't spare his life because he was being merciful. Zhang Yuncheng wanted to use him as bait to lure Lucy over. "Oh! What's the use of talking so much? Since you dare to kill me, then hurry up and kill me. Don't talk like a sissy and act like a man." Gui Yifan roared at Zhang Yuncheng. Zhang Yuncheng suddenly became furious. He kicked Gui Yifan to the ground, grabbed a long gun from a pirate's hand, and aimed it at Gui Yifan's head. "If you dare to talk nonsense again, I'll kill you immediately." The black muzzle was pressed against Gui Yifan's head. Gui Yifan would be lying if he said he wasn't afraid. However, Gui Yifan pretended to be calm. In order to prevent his daughter from coming back to find him, he would rather exchange his life for another. "Ha! Shoot me if you dare, or I'll look down on you." Gui Yifan laughed crazily, deliberately provoking Zhang Yuncheng. Zhang Yuncheng's finger was on the trigger, and he looked like he really wanted to kill Gui Yifan. However, when the trigger was halfway pulled, Zhang Yuncheng threw away the long gun in his hand and laughed. "Ha! Gui Yifan, put away your little tricks. Do you think I'm a 3-year-old child? If I kill you, how will I lure Lucy over?" Don't worry, when Lucy comes, I'll send you and your daughter to the netherworld to reunite. Gui Yifan's thoughts were seen through by Zhang Yuncheng, and he immediately broke out in a sweat. However, at this moment, the door was knocked open, and Li Ye rushed in with over 100 Blood Alliance members. Fuck. Who are you people? Who let you in? Zhang Hua jumped up from the sofa in shock. You dare to trespass on my territory? Do you know who I am? I'm the South African tycoon, Zhang Yuncheng. Bang! Zhang Yuncheng was arrogant and despotic, but before he could finish saying his full name, a gunshot rang out. His eyebrows exploded, and he fell to the ground. I don't care who you are. You dare to kidnap Big Sister Lucy's father, killing you won't be a problem. Li Ye had been with Qin Feng for a long time, and her body was stained with some blood. After she entered the room, she shot without saying a word, completely shocking everyone in the room. Zhang Hua was dumbstruck, and the 8 Somali pirate crew members were dumbstruck. None of them understood the current situation. Get rid of them all. However, Li Ye had already arrived at Zhang Yuncheng's side. She helped untie Zhang Yuncheng and gave the order. The 8 pirate crew members were startled awake. Just as they were about to raise their guns to retaliate, gunshots rang out from all directions in the room. In less than half a minute, the pirate crew members and Zhang Hua were all lying in a pool of blood. You are? Zhang Yuncheng stood up after being untied, but he looked at Li Ye with suspicion and vigilance. Li Ye's face was as cold as frost before, but now she revealed a brilliant smile, brimming with youth like a university student. Uncle Gua, you don't recognize me? I'm Li Ye, Lucy's good sister. Back then, when Li Ye was still participating in the Hong Kong Most Beautiful Miss competition, Gui Yifan had returned to China to see Li Ye once. However, after a few years, Li Ye had grown more and more beautiful, and Zhang Yuncheng had not recognized her at first. It's Li Ye. You're getting more and more beautiful, Uncle almost couldn't recognize you. To be able to suddenly see Li Ye here, Gui Yifan became excited, but in the next moment, his expression changed, and he immediately said to Li Ye, not good, this place is very dangerous, why did you come here? Hurry up and leave this place. If the Somali pirates rush over, you guys will be in trouble. Gui Yifan still did not know the situation, and anxiously pulled Li Ye and ran upstairs. He planned to bring Li Ye and the others to escape from the 3rd-floor bedroom. Li Ye smiled and pulled Gui Yifan back. Uncle Gua, don't worry, this island has already been occupied by my people, you have been completely saved, no one can hurt you. Chapter 1194. In 1 second, he had memorized it. This is a wonderful free reading without a pop-up window. Gui Yifan was confused by Li Ye's words. The Li Ye he knew back then was still a beauty pageant champion, why did she suddenly bring a group of fiendish hooligans here? And he even said that she had occupied this island? Gui Yifan even suspected that Li Ye was confused. Xiaoye, listen to uncle, let's leave this place immediately. This is an island dominated by the Somali pirates, your men are not their match. Gui Yifan tried his best to persuade Li Ye. He could escape by himself now, but Gui Yifan did not want to leave Li Ye and the others here to die. Uncle Gua, I understand what you're thinking right now, but I'm not lying. I really took over this island. Li Ye had no choice but to patiently explain. Last night, Lucy escaped from here to Madagascar to find us for help, so Qin Feng brought us here to fight. Uncle, didn't you hear the cannons on the sea just now? The Somali pirates have been completely annihilated. Li Ye's news was more shocking than the last, and when he heard the end, Gui Yifan's eyeballs almost fell to the ground. You're not joking, are you? I thought it was thunder in front of us. Gui Yifan still found it hard to believe, this matter was simply a fantasy. The Somali pirates had dominated this area for more than 10 years, and even the local and other countries' fleets had a headache. How could they be defeated by Li Ye and the others? Uncle Gua, how is it thunder? The weather outside is very good today, and the sea is calm. Listen to it now, is there still thunder? Leah said while grinning. Gui Yifan looked out of the window seriously. This place was a little far from the straits, and he could not see the situation on the surface of the sea clearly. However, the sky had brightened, and it was indeed a clear sky. Could it be that the Somali pirates were really defeated? It couldn't have been the sound of a naval battle just now, right? Gui Yifan finally believed it. At this time, the sound of hurried footsteps could be heard. Hearing that there were at least 100 or 200 people, Gui Yifan's face changed in fright. He thought that the Somali pirates' reinforcements had arrived. It's over, it's over. The pirates on this island are here. Let's hurry up and leave. Otherwise, it'll really be too late. Gui Yifan pulled Leah and ran. Leah was overjoyed. The Scorpion King had already run in with a group of Blood Alliance disciples. Under Gui Yifan's panicked and surprised gaze, he came to Leah's side respectfully and said, "Sister-in-law, this island has been taken down, and all the pirates have been killed. I've sent 100 brothers to guard that diamond mine. There will definitely be no problems." Leah and Scorpion King split up the moment they reached the shore. Leah was in charge of rescuing Gui Yifan, while the Scorpion King went to kill the rest of the pirates on the island. Now that the two of them had completed their mission, they were completely relieved. Gui Yifan was stunned at the side, as if his soul had been sucked out. He finally believed that Leah had taken down this island, but he still felt like he was dreaming. Well done. Let's go back to the sea and see how Chinfan is doing. After the situation on Somalia Island stabilized, Leah started to worry about Chin Fong. Just as she was about to lead everyone back to help Chin Fong, a pink light flashed, and Chin Fong was already standing in the room. "Xiaoya, your operation this time was very outstanding." Chin Feng's voice sounded. Leah had just run to the entrance of the villa and suddenly stopped. She turned around and flew towards Chin Fong. "Darling. Are you alright?" Leah hugged Chin Fong tightly, as if she didn't want to let go for the rest of her life. Chin Fong patted her back lightly and said with a smile, "What can happen to me? Don't you know your man's ability? Why don't I let you experience it tonight?" Chin Fong was always like this. He was usually hedonistic and unruly, and said frivolous words. However, at the crucial moment, Chin Fong was serious and invincible, as if he could do anything. Leah liked Chin Feng's personality. She liked him very much. "All right. I'll stick to you tonight. Don't even think about finding Sister Lucy." After the two of them whispered sweet nothings for a while, Gui Yifan finally came back to his senses. He walked to Chin Feng's side and asked, "Xiaoya, this is?" When Leah saw Gui Yifan walking over, she was too embarrassed to say those shameful words to Chin Fong. She hurriedly introduced them. "Uncle Gua, this is Chin Fong. Chin Fong, this is Uncle Gua, Sister Lucy's father." "That's right, Uncle Gua, this time Chin Fong saved you. We only helped him. The pirates on the sea were all destroyed by Chin Fong alone." Leah's words completely dumbfounded Gui Yifan. Chin Fong single-handedly destroyed the pirates on the sea? Is this real or fake? Hee. Uncle Gua, don't listen to Xiaoya's nonsense. It was the Blood Alliance that helped me defeat the pirates. I can't do it alone. Chin Fong could tell that Gui Yifan was scared, so he hurriedly shared the credit with everyone. Gui Yifan knew these people from the Blood Alliance. He had relied on these people to build his family in Madagascar. However, Gui Yifan was very clear about the power of the Blood Alliance. Even if all of them were to move out, they would not be able to defeat the pirates. But now that the truth was in front of him, Gui Yifan had no choice but to believe it. Gui Yifan was rescued, and the diamond mine that belonged to him on the island was also taken back. Even all of Zhang Yuncheng's businesses were transferred to Gui Yifan. All of this was like a never-ending dream. Gui Yifan found it hard to accept. An hour ago, he was still a prisoner in someone else's hands. All of the assets that he worked hard for his entire life were taken away. In the end, he became the real business tycoon of the Chinese circle in South Africa. He practically monopolized more than half of the Chinese industry in South Africa. The Scorpion King was also the winner of this battle. He felt the same as Gui Yifan, it was a little unreal. Now, the Scorpion King stayed on the Somali island. Qin Feng did not want any territory. He gave this area to the Scorpion King. Now, the Blood Alliance was expanding and monopolizing 2 islands. With the Scorpion King watching from the Somali island, Qin Feng brought Liya and Gui Yifan back to Madagascar. He knew that Lucy must be worried about everyone. Woo-woo. Qin Feng, where did you guys go? I thought you guys went to the Somali island to help me save Dad. Don't be silly. Those Somali pirates are very powerful. I don't want anything to happen to you guys. It was noon when they returned to the villa in Madagascar. Lucy woke up early in the morning and was worried about the 2 of them. Even when she called, her phone was turned off. When she saw the 2 of them, Lucy was so excited that she cried. It felt so good to see Qin Feng again. Girl, Dad is back. Lucy was sobbing in Qin Feng's arms when a familiar voice drifted into her ears. Lucy widened her beautiful eyes and stared at Gui Yifan in disbelief. Am I still asleep? Dad? Is it really you? Weren't you captured by that bastard Zhang Yuncheng? Don't worry, Dad. I'll contact the police to save you. Lucy was so excited that she was dumbfounded. Gui Yifan was clearly in front of her, but she still wanted to call the police to save him. Silly girl, Dad is fine. It's all thanks to your 2 friends. They saved me. Gui Yifan walked up to his daughter and hugged her. The father and daughter had escaped death. Now that they met again, they were filled with emotions. Lucy finally woke up. She hugged her father and cried, Dad. Are you really fine? Sob. I was so worried about you. The father and daughter hugged each other and cried for a while. Then, Lucy suddenly looked at Qin Feng and asked, Did you save my father? I promised you yesterday that you'll see your father when you wake up this morning, Qin Feng said to Lucy with a smile. Lucy was so moved that she cried again. She buried her head into Qin Feng's arms and hugged him tightly. Gui Yifan was dumbfounded. When he saw Liya hugging Qin Feng on Somalia Island, he thought they were a couple. Why did he feel that his daughter had an intimate relationship with Qin Feng? Gui Yifan looked at Liya, who was not angry at all. He was even more confused. Liya's father was saved, and the Somali island was stabilized by the Scorpion King. All of these were Qin Feng's doing. In the next 2 days, Gui Yifan learned about Qin Feng's strength. So this person was the famous young Master Qin of China. Initially, Gui Yifan was opposed to his daughter being with Qin Feng. However, after seeing the sweet scene between Qin Feng and Lucy, he didn't care anymore. As long as his daughter was happy, it didn't matter how many women Qin Feng had around him. He, Gui Yifan, had many mistresses in South Africa. Uncle Gua, you've been in South Africa for a long time. Do you know of an organization that only accepts gold? Qin Feng asked about the Golden Assassin crew since he had nothing to do after eliminating Zhang Hua, his son, and the pirates. Gui Yifan took a sip of tea and pondered. After a while, he said, there is indeed an organization that only accepts gold. Qin Feng's eyes lit up. He continued to ask, then do you know where that organization is? Do you have any detailed information about them? Gui Yifan shook his head and said, I definitely don't have any detailed information or address. It said that this organization was founded by the Chinese and existed before I came to South Africa to do business. I think it's called the Golden Assassin Crew. It's an extremely secretive organization. As long as you give them enough gold, they'll accept any mission. However, the Golden Assassin Crew only contacts their employers. They don't leave their contact details. Also, a new employer must have a referral from an old employer before they can issue a mission there. Gui Yifan told Qin Feng everything he knew. However, there wasn't much useful information. Qin Feng couldn't help but feel depressed. It seemed like finding the Golden Assassin Crew's base wasn't that easy. 3 days passed in a row. Qin Feng investigated the Golden Assassin Crew, but he didn't get any useful information. The time limit that Qin Feng gave Ali was up. Seeing that there was still no news from the Blazing Bird, Qin Feng and Leah started to get anxious. Could it be that the Blazing Bird had already discovered the situation? Just as everyone was thinking about their next step, the Scorpion King called. "Big Brother Qin, there's news from Ali." Chapter 1195. What did they say? Qin Feng suppressed his excitement and asked. "Big Brother Qin, Ali said that the Firebird wants to see you personally. The location is on the island of Mauritius, and you can only go there alone." Scorpion King said honestly. Qin Feng once again felt that the Firebird was extremely vigilant. There was a reason why this guy could do so well in South Africa. "Alright, come to Madagascar now and send me there." Qin Feng didn't care about the Firebird. He couldn't wait to see the Firebird catch him. "Qin Feng, is there any news?" Leah asked with a frown as soon as Qin Feng hung up the phone. Qin Feng nodded and said, "The Firebird wants to see me. The location is on the island of Mauritius, and she wants me to go there alone." Lucy also knew that Qin Feng wanted to catch the Firebird, but it was Gui Yifan's first time hearing about it. His expression changed drastically. "What? The Firebird wants to see you? Why?" Gui Yifan had been in South Africa for more than 10 years, so he naturally knew how powerful the Firebird was. "Nothing much, just a chat." "Don't worry, Uncle Gua." Qin Feng didn't tell Gui Yifan the truth, mainly because he didn't want him to worry. Gui Yifan was also a very perceptive person. Of course, he didn't believe that Qin Feng was going to drink tea with the Firebird. But since Qin Feng was unwilling to say, Gui Yifan didn't continue to ask. After more than an hour, a helicopter landed outside the villa. Qin Feng and the others thought that it was someone else, but they saw the Scorpion King coming down from the helicopter. "Yo! Scorpion King, you're good. You even came in a helicopter?" Leah's eyes lit up. She also wanted to ride a helicopter around the islands around South Africa. The Scorpion King didn't dare to be negligent in front of Qin Feng and the others. He said with a smile, "Sister-in-law, I got this from the pirates after occupying the island of Somalia. If you like it, I can give it to you." Leah was extremely excited. "It's fine if you give it to me. I still have to go back to China after a while. But if you don't mind, take us around the nearby waters." "No problem. If you want to go around, tell me anytime." The Scorpion King patted his chest and promised. Qin Feng smiled and brought the topic back to business. "Alright, send me to Mauritius first, and then you can take Xiaoya and Lucy for a stroll." "Qin Feng, are you going alone?" "I want to go with you." Leah immediately hugged Qin Feng's arm, her face full of worry and reluctance. Lucy also walked over. Ever since Qin Feng saved her father, Lucy was completely united with Qin Feng. "I want to go too. Don't leave me behind." Qin Feng understood what the two women were thinking. He caressed their faces and said, "You guys should stay in Madagascar. The Firebird is very vigilant. This time, he only invited me. If more people go, he might not show himself. Qin Feng was going to take care of business. Although the two women were somewhat worried, they could only listen to Qin Feng in the end. The Scorpion King and Qin Fen had already boarded the helicopter and left. The speed of the helicopter was average, and Qin Fen, who was used to flying swords, was starting to look down on it. After flying for more than an hour, the scene below changed. A huge island appeared in front of them. It was Mauritius. "Big brother Qin, I'll wait for you here. If anything happens, call me immediately. I'll send people to support you." The helicopter stopped at the edge of the island. This time, the Firebird only asked Qin Feng to go, and the Scorpion King couldn't follow. "You don't have to wait for me. Go back by yourself." Qin Feng waved his hand. That won't work. How will Big Brother go back?" The Scorpion King was a little puzzled. "My tool is much faster than your helicopter. Don't worry about me," Qin Feng said with a smile. If others heard Qin Feng's words, they would definitely think that Qin Feng was bragging. However, the Scorpion King believed in Qin Feng's words. The big water monster that destroyed the Somali pirate group was definitely not slower than a plane at sea. The Scorpion King left in the helicopter first. Qin Feng had already set foot on the land of Mauritius. The terrain and scenery here were similar to Madagascar. However, there were many indigenous people on the island, and they all spoke Hakka. "Who are you? What are you doing here?" Not long after Qin Feng came ashore, two men in black suits stopped him. "The Firebird wants to see me. Can you take me there?" Qin Feng said in English. The two men looked Qin Feng up and down, and one of them said, "We need to search you on the island. Please cooperate." Qin Feng had too many spiritual equipment on him, but they were all stored in the Emerald Spirit Ring or the system. He was not afraid of being searched. These ordinary people would not find anything even if they searched for a lifetime. The two men searched Qin Feng from head to toe. They did not find any weapons. Then, they said to Qin Feng, "Young Master Feng, our big boss has been waiting for a long time. The car is over there. Please get in." These two men were the Firebird subordinates. They were waiting for Qin Feng at the entrance of the island. Qin Feng followed the two men into a black Mercedes-Benz. Finally, they arrived at a building that looked like a palace. "Young Master Feng, the boss has prepared drinks in the villa. We're just waiting for you." Just as Qin Feng got out of the car, Li greeted him with a smile. Qin Feng also smiled and said to Ali politely, "Then, I'll have to trouble brother Ali to lead the way." The villa was very big. It was decorated with gold and jade. It was even more luxurious than Lucy's villa. There were 8 armed bodyguards standing at the entrance of the villa. Inside the villa, there were also many bodyguards guarding different places. The defensive measures here were very good. Once again, it showed that the Firebird was a very vigilant person. Under Ali's guidance, Qin Feng arrived at a room on the 3rd floor. There were no bodyguards in the room. There was only a dark-skinned local man sitting on the sofa. "Big brother Firebird, young Master Feng is here," Ali said respectfully to the black man. The black man did not get up. He looked at Qin Feng indifferently. Qin Feng looked at the Firebird as well. He was confused. According to the secret information collected by the Hong Kong police, this Firebird was a big shot who escaped from Hong Kong. How did he become a black man? Qin Feng quickly realized that the black man sitting on the sofa was not the Firebird. This Firebird was really cunning. He found a substitute to trade with him. "Young Master Feng, sit." The Firebird suddenly spoke and pointed at the sofa opposite him. Qin Feng also came back to his senses. He had originally planned to capture the Firebird on the spot the moment he saw him, then step on his flying sword and bring him to Madagascar to report to Leah. However, the situation had changed. This person was not the Firebird at all. Hee. I didn't think I'd be able to meet the famous drug lord from South Africa, Big Brother Firebird. What an honor. Chin Fong sat down and prepared to act according to the situation. It's just a false reputation. I heard that you wanted to discuss a big business deal with me. The Firebird was a man of few words. He went straight to the point. That's right. I heard that Big Brother Firebird has the most and the purest goods. So, I want to cooperate with you on a big business deal. A business deal worth 1 billion, Chin Fong said. I can take out 1 billion worth of goods. If young Master Fong is sincere about cooperating, you can pay a deposit of 200 million first. Then, I'll deliver the goods to you. After you inspect the goods, you can transfer the rest of the money to me. Then, our deal will be complete. The Firebird's tone was calm. It was as if a business worth 1 billion was nothing in his eyes. After Ali entered the room, he didn't leave. He stood behind the Firebird. Chin Feng's mind raced. He wondered if he should take down the fake Firebird and Ali and force them to reveal the Firebird's whereabouts. However, Chin Fong dispelled this thought in the end. The Firebird was so cunning. Perhaps even Ali didn't know where he was. No problem, I'll transfer the money to you now. Then, when will you deliver the goods to me? Chin Fong decided to be on the safe side and discuss the deal first. He wanted to see if he could lure out the real Firebird when he delivered the goods. 1 billion worth of goods is a bit too much. It'll be troublesome to deliver it. I plan to use a cruise ship to deliver it. I'm not sure when, but I'll contact you after I make sure it's safe. Okay, on the day of the deal, Big Bro Firebird will personally deliver the goods, right? Chin Fong smiled as he looked at the fake Firebird and asked. Of course, since I promised you, I won't change my mind. I'll appear on the day of the deal to ensure the safety of your goods and person. Young Master Fong, you don't need to worry too much. In South Africa, the name of Big Bro Firebird still holds some power. No one dares to steal my goods. Now that the real Firebird was hiding and unwilling to show his face, he sent a fake to trade with Chin Fong. They thought Chin Fong didn't know, but they didn't know that Chin Fong saw through everything as soon as he entered the room. With Big Bro Firebird personally coming, of course I can rest assured. Then, our deal is done. I'll transfer the money to you when I get back. When the goods are ready, Big Bro Firebird can contact me at any time. After Chin Fong found out that the Firebird was fake, he didn't have the patience to waste time with him. He immediately got up and said his goodbyes. The Firebird didn't personally see Chin Fong off and had Ali do it for him. The two of them walked out of the villa. Chin Fong didn't speak again. After saying goodbye to Ali, Chin Fong disappeared on his flying sword. When he reappeared, he was back in the villa. Chin Fong bought the talisman of clairvoyance and hid in a dark corner of the villa to observe the situation. Ali had already returned to the room on the 3rd floor. The fake Firebird sat on the sofa and smoked a cigar. The two of them were talking. From their attitudes, the fake Firebird was really like the real Firebird. Even Ali was humble to him. Chin Fong didn't return to Madagascar. These days, he hid in the villa. He already had Leah transfer the deposit to the fake Firebird. However, nothing special happened in the villa these 2 days. The fake Firebird stayed in the villa from day to night. If it wasn't playing with girls, it was sleeping. Ali, on the other hand, disappeared for 2 days. It seemed like he went to load the goods. On the 3rd day, Chin Feng's phone rang. Young Master Fong, your goods are all ready. Do you have time? Ali's laughter came from the phone. Chapter 1196. Young Master Feng, the transaction will take place on the Lisa No. 1 cruise ship. This cruise ship will travel around the sea and will reach Hong Kong on the way. At that time, you will take the ship and bring the goods directly to Hong Kong. All of this was specially planned by Brother Firebird for you. It's almost time. You will board the ship at the Mauritius harbor at 12 noon. The cruise ship will dock for half an hour. Young Master Feng, hurry up and come over. After Ali finished speaking, many doubts arose in Qin Feng's heart. He looked at his watch. It was already 11 o'clock. This was deliberately not giving him time to prepare. Oh. It's already 11 o'clock, your news is a bit late. Alright, I'll rush over right now. I'm still in Madagascar. Qin Feng casually made up an excuse. Actually, he was in the villa in Mauritius at the moment, and he used the talisman of clairvoyance to see Ali, who was calling him in the villa. Alright, we'll wait for young Master Feng's arrival. After hanging up, Qin Feng saw Ali go to the room on the third floor to talk to the fake Firebird. It seemed like he was reporting the situation to the Firebird. These days, Qin Feng hid in the villa and did not find anything unusual. He even suspected that there was a problem with the Hong Kong police's intelligence. The fake Firebird was the same as the real one. Darling, where are you? We're all worried about you. Qin Feng called Leah, and when the call connected, Leah's worried voice came through. Little Ya, I'm fine. Listen to me, did the Hong Kong police make a mistake? The Firebird I saw was a local black man, and he looked like the real Firebird. Qin Feng told Leah about the situation in Mauritius for the past 3 days, but Leah said firmly, no, the information about the Firebird was obtained by our superior intelligence department with great effort, it can't be fake. The one you saw was definitely a fake Firebird. This Firebird is very cunning, you have to be careful, darling. Alright, then I'll think of a way to lure the real Firebird out. Send me all the information about the Firebird. Qin Feng said. Alright, then I'll send it to you now. Just as Leah was about to hang up, Qin Feng thought of something else and quickly said, oh right, investigate the Lisa No. 1 cruise ship. That fake Firebird asked me to trade on the cruise ship, what? Lisa No. 1? Isn't that the private cruise ship of a certain royal princess? Leah exclaimed, obviously understanding this cruise ship better. The princess's private cruise ship? Qin Feng was also shocked. He didn't understand why the Firebird would trade on someone else's ship. What's more, she was an imperial princess. As far as I know, the Lisa 1 is the cruise ship of the royal princess, Lisa. This cruise ship travels around the world once every year. Every time it travels, the rich and powerful of every country will fight to buy the tickets. However, the Lisa 1 has very strict restrictions on its passengers. Only those with a net worth of at least 1 billion are qualified to board this cruise ship. A single ticket costs 50 million. It's not a place where ordinary people can afford to spend money, so exaggerated? Isn't it just a cruise around the world? Worst comes to worst, we can just take another ferry. Qin Feng didn't quite understand. Of course it's different. It said that the interior of the Lisa 1 is very luxurious, and the cost of the cruise ship is astronomical. Moreover, there are groups of beauties and rich people on the cruise ship. It's a great place to pick up girls and discuss business. Every year, it said that the Sea and Sky Banquet is held on this cruise ship. Qin Feng had seen a lot of the world as Acropolis City's No. 1 hedonistic young master. However, as his status rose, he discovered that there were many unexpected luxurious worlds in this world. If your status hadn't reached that level, you would never be able to come into contact with them. The Sea and Sky Banquet? I like that. Let's not talk about it for now, I'm going to board the ship. Qin Feng suddenly became excited and immediately hung up. On the other end of the phone, Leah stomped her feet in anger. She was not at ease with Qin Feng going to the Lisa One alone. If no one was there to control him, who knew if Qin Feng would bring back another 100 girls on this trip? Qin Feng hung up the phone and waited for a while. When he calculated that it was about time, he rushed to the agreed harbor. Before he even got close, Qin Feng saw a huge cruise ship docked at the shore from afar. The shore was crowded with people, and there were more than a dozen lines. Each line had several hundred people, like a dozen long dragons. "Ha! Young Master Feng, you're here. Hurry and board the ship with me." Qin Feng walked to the side of the cruise ship and Ali appeared out of nowhere. "Brother Ali, this Lisa One is Princess Lisa's private cruise ship. I heard that a ticket costs 50 million and you have to book it half a year in advance. Can we board?" Qin Feng asked doubtfully. Young Master Feng, don't worry. The boss has already prepared everything. We just need to worry about boarding the ship." As Ali spoke, he brought Qin Feng to a line with fewer people. This was a special passage. Looking at the clothes of the people standing in the passage, they all looked like big bosses. "Bastard! You dare to forge a ticket for the Lisa One? Throw this person into the sea to feed the sharks." The line next to them suddenly became chaotic. There was a row of guards at the boarding gate, and anyone who wanted to board had to show their ticket. One of the guards seemed to have discovered a fake ticket, so he picked up the man with one hand and threw him into the sea like he was throwing trash. This scene scared the people queuing up. More than half of them immediately ran away. It seemed that these people all had fake tickets and wanted to bluff their way through. "Stinking brat, you want to board the ship without a ticket? Scram!" Just as they caught a fake ticket, they found another person without a ticket. The man was in his early 40s and looked quite rich. He smiled and tried to curry favor with the guard. Hee. "Big brother, I booked late and didn't get a ticket. I'm willing to pay for it. I'll buy it no matter how much it costs." The guards checking the tickets were all tall and sturdy. They wore silver armor and held long spears in their hands. They looked like ancient Roman warriors. One of the guards' expression turned cold. He yelled at the man, "If you don't have a ticket, then scram. Do you think our Princess Lisa lacks money? The princess only invites 1,000 people every year. If you don't get a ticket, you'll have to wait until next year. Big brother, don't be like this. I really want to board the ship. I really want to see Princess Lisa herself. This card is for you. There's 10 million in it." The password, the middle-aged man secretly stuffed a card into the guard's hand. The guard suddenly flew into a rage. He waved the long spear in his hand and instantly pierced the middle-aged man's heart. Crash! The surroundings immediately became chaotic. Screams rang out everywhere. Even Qin Feng was stunned for a moment. These guards were really arrogant. They killed people in public? Don't pay attention to those troublemakers. This is Lisa number 1. Without a ticket, you definitely can't board. Lisa is the princess of a large country in South Africa. She has great power and even our big brother Firebird can't compare. It's no big deal for her guards to kill a few people. Don't worry. As long as you don't cause trouble on the ship, no one will do anything to you. Ali told Qin Feng about the things he needed to pay attention to on the Lisa number 1. At this time, it was time for the two of them to board the ship. Ali pulled out 2 tickets. They were 2 gold cards made of pure gold and embedded with diamonds. "Please board the ship. I wish the two of you a pleasant journey." The treatment with and without a card was indeed different. The guard who killed without batting an eye became extremely respectful towards Qin Feng and Ali. He took the initiative to lead the two of them onto the ship. It seemed that it wasn't Ali's first time on Lisa number 1. He didn't need the guidance of the beautiful receptionist. He minded his own business and led Qin Feng into the cabin. Qin Feng was shocked by the extravagance in front of him. As expected, this was the Imperial Princess private cruise ship. It was surrounded by gold and jade, and there were all kinds of facilities in the cabin. Many passengers had already gathered here and were playing in different areas. "Young Master Feng, I'll take you to look at the goods. If you think there are no problems, then transfer the remaining money to our boss. Then, you can relax on Lisa number 1. When the ship reaches Hong Kong's waters, you can find someone to transport the goods." Ali took Qin Feng on a tour, and the topic of conversation shifted to proper business. Qin Feng hadn't even seen the real Firebird. If he transferred the remaining money, the Firebird definitely wouldn't appear again. "Huh. Brother Ali, what's the rush? Are you afraid I won't pay?" Qin Feng laughed. "Hee hee. How could that be? I'm just following the boss's orders." "I hope young Master Feng will cooperate," Ali said smoothly. "Of course I'll pay, but I said it's with your boss. Let's wait for Big Brother Firebird to come." Qin Feng's expression became slightly cold and he pretended to be unhappy. "Huh. Young Master Feng is right. Then I'll go talk to the boss. The boss is also on the ship." Ali couldn't force Qin Feng to pay, so he went ahead. Qin Feng ordered a cup of coffee and sat in a corner with no one around. Although the ticket for the Lisa number 1 was expensive, the service on the ship was absolutely attentive. The estimated sailing time of this ship was half a month, and in half a month, it would go around half the world. Moreover, food, drinks, and accommodation on the ship were all free, unless you gambled and asked for your own money from the prostitutes. Moreover, the Lisa number 1 was absolutely safe. For example, the Firebird had placed the transaction on the cruise ship. No matter where the cruise ship sailed, it would be exempt from inspection. It was this method that allowed the goods worth $1 billion to enter Hong Kong's waters. After this transaction, Qin Feng understood that the Firebird had used the cruise ship to smuggle goods quite a bit. "Darling. Did you miss me?" Just as Qin Feng was contemplating his next plan, a pleasant voice suddenly sounded. A soft ball had already pounced into Qin Feng's arms. "Who are you?" Qin Feng furrowed his brows and immediately pushed away the unfamiliar woman in his arms. "Hee hee. Qin Feng, I'm Leah." The beauty whispered into Qin Feng's ear. Qin Feng looked at the beauty again. It wasn't Leah's appearance at all. However, Qin Feng quickly discovered a flaw. Leah had put on makeup and used a disguise technique. "You crazy girl, who let you on the ship?" "That's right, how did you get on?" Qin Feng was happy and worried when he saw Leah. After all, this mission wasn't simple. "I asked my superior to get me a ticket. Coincidentally, a Hong Kong businessman also wanted to board this ship, so the police told him to give me the ticket." Leah giggled and said, "Darling, do I look pretty in this new appearance?" Chapter 1197. After Qin Feng confirmed Leah's identity, he hugged her in his embrace. While touching her white and tender skin, he seemed to be playing ambiguously while blowing hot air into Leah's ear. "Xiaoya, the real Firebird has never shown up, and this ship is Princess Lisa's private cruise ship. On the cruise ship, Lisa's guards will protect everyone's lives, so it's not easy to take down the Firebird. Don't participate in this mission. Just treat it as a boat trip. I'll help you investigate the Firebird and capture him." Qin Feng said something important. Leah's brows furrowed, and she suddenly hugged Qin Feng's neck tightly. "Darling, I got on the ship because I was worried about you. Let me do the mission with you, I promise I won't hold you back." Leah acted like a spoiled child and rubbed against Qin Feng's embrace. Qin Feng was a little uneasy. Towards this Hong Kong beauty contest champion, Qin Feng was at his wit's end. He patted Li Ya's perky butt and said, "All right, let's go back to the room now. If you can serve me well, I'll bring you along." Li Ya immediately jumped up excitedly. "Uncle, let's go, this little girl's work is the best." The two of them chatted and laughed as they were about to leave. Just as they walked out a few steps, a large group of men suddenly surrounded them. "Yo! Young Master Bai, quickly look, this girl looks really good, especially that figure, it's simply perfect." A man wearing a pair of sunglasses said as he looked at Li Ya. There were 3 other men beside the man with sunglasses. These 4 men looked like young masters of rich families. Each of them had a young model in their arms, but their eyes were sweeping over Li Ya's long legs. Although Li Ya used the appearance-changing technique to change her appearance and was not as beautiful as her original appearance, her current appearance was still very beautiful. In addition to that tall and sexy figure, she suppressed all the young models in the cabin in a second. A man wearing a handsome white suit stepped forward. It was young Master Bai. "Hello beauty, I'm a rich young master from Huaxia. You look like you're from Huaxia. Do you want to go drink a cup of wine with us brothers? You can name the price." Young Master Bai went straight to the point as soon as he opened his mouth. This Lisa number 1 was the gathering place of the Sea and Sky Banquet. 99% of the young models who went ashore were here to sell their bodies to make money. This group of rich young masters obviously regarded Li Ya as that kind of woman. "Shut up, I have a man, don't have any ideas about me." Li Ya was immediately unhappy. She glared at young Master Bai and reprimanded him. Ever since she became Qin Feng's woman, she had never been afraid of anyone. The 4 young masters were stunned. They obviously did not expect Li Ya to have this attitude. They did not expect Li Ya to have this attitude. They did not expect Li Ya to have such an attitude. "Beauty, it is your blessing that we can like you. Don't refuse a toast only to drink a forfeit." Child Bai was also a hot-tempered person. His face suddenly became cold. "Go back and look at yourself in the mirror. How dare a toad like you try to woo me?" Yeah, she s. Li Ya did not even use a single dirty word when she scolded him, but she almost made Bai Dashibo faint from anger. The other 3 young masters could not stand it anymore. The man with sunglasses who first found Li Ya said, "Beauty, you may not know young Master Bai's position. He is a famous young master in Huaxia's Jingdu. His family property is more than 10 billion. If you miss it, you won't have this chance." Another man wearing a round hat said, "If I were you, I would follow young Master Bai. Look at the man beside you. What's so good about him? He looks like a poor ghost. Don't tell me he sneaked onto the boat?" The man with sunglasses was Gao Feng. He was from Gao family in Huaxia's Jingdu. The man with the round hat was Wen Zheng. He was also a third-rate young master in Jingdu. Gao Feng, Wen Zheng and young Master Bai. They were all Huaxia people. The other man on their side was a black man. He was a young master in South Africa. "Humph! You weak scum dare to look down on my man? You are all frogs at the bottom of a well." Facing the sneer of young Master Bai and the others, Qin Feng acted as if he did not hear it. But Li Ya could not bear it. She could not allow anyone to say bad things about Qin Feng. "Beauty, I advise you to wipe your eyes. You women get on the boat to earn money. Don't follow a poor boy in the end. In the end, you still have to pay for it." Gao Feng snorted coldly. Wen Zheng also squinted at Qin Feng. He did not put Qin Feng in his eyes at all. Young Master Bai was even more arrogant. As for the black man, he did not speak. He seemed to think that Qin Feng, this kind of poor ghost, disdained him to speak. A group of psychopaths. "Darling, let's go. Go back to the room and have sex. They can only dream." Li Ya was very angry. She pulled Qin Feng and left. She also deliberately said some words to piss off Gao Feng and the others. The four people looked at Li Ya's seductive and sexy back. They all secretly swallowed their saliva. Looking at the tender model in their arms, the four people almost vomited. Young Master Bai, I like that woman. You go and get her for me. Qin Feng and the others just walked a few steps. The black man who had been silent suddenly spoke. Young Master Bai's eyes suddenly lit up. He was very excited in his heart. Although young Master Bai and the others were all rich young masters of China, they were now in South Africa and on the Lisa No. 1 cruise ship. The three people did not dare to make trouble. However, this young Master Tiger was a local of South Africa. He had quite a lot of power. With his support, Gao Feng and the others were not worried at all. Hey! Brat, come here. Our young Master Tiger has something to say to you. Gao Feng suddenly roared. Many people looked over here. However, those who could get on the Lisa No. 1 were people with some status. Seeing that there seemed to be a conflict here, no one was willing to come over and meddle. Qin Feng and the others stopped. Li Ya was very angry. She immediately retorted, "Who are you calling brat? If you talk nonsense again, I won't be polite." Li Ya's figure was hot. Her character was even hotter. It made the hearts of young Master Tiger and the others more and more excited. Gao Feng did not care about Li Ya's threat. He looked at Qin Feng and sneered, "Hee hee. Brat, are you still a man? What kind of ability is it to hide behind a woman? You bunch of idiots, I'll kick you to death." Li Ya was really angry. She rushed forward and was about to hit someone. However, Qin Feng pulled her back into his embrace and whispered in Li Ya's ear, "Don't be agitated. This is Princess Lisa's ship. We haven't found the fire bird yet. We can't cause trouble." Li Ya finally regained some of her rationality. She laid in Qin Feng's embrace and complained, but they are two bastards. I can't hear them scold you." Qin Feng understood Li Ya's thoughts. He smiled and patted her head. He hugged Li Ya and walked towards Gao Feng and the others. "Don't worry about them. I'll take care of them." Seeing that Qin Feng was about to make a move, Li Ya was extremely excited. Gao Feng and the others were still sneering like fools. They did not put Qin Feng in their eyes. "Brat, are you deaf or mute? I've been calling you for a long time. Are you trying to cause trouble?" Just as Qin Feng walked over, Gao Feng reprimanded arrogantly. It was as if he was a big brother lecturing a little brother. Li Ya was extremely angry. However, Qin Feng secretly pinched Li Ya's perky butt and immediately calmed her down. She delicately laid in Qin Feng's embrace and did not care about this matter anymore. "Why are you looking for me?" Qin Feng smiled at Gao Feng and the others. There was no need to talk nonsense with them. "Yo! Brat, you're quite arrogant. Do you know who we are? I'm from the capital's Gao family. Seeing that you're from China, you should have heard of our Gao family." Gao Feng arrogantly stared at Qin Feng. Qin Feng thought for a moment and said, "I've heard of it. I even know people from your Gao family." Gao Feng was slightly stunned. He suddenly laughed, "Hee hee. Since you know the Gao family's name, then hurry up and let go of this beauty and scram. I've beaten up your Gao family's Gao Tianyao and Gao Feixiang. When the Gao family's elder saw me, he had to personally welcome me. Do you think I would care about you?" Qin Feng acted as if he did not hear Gao Feng's threat and spoke as if he was talking to himself. Gao Feng was stunned. His heart beat wildly. Gao Tianyao and Gao Feixiang's status in the Gao family was much higher than his. Did this person really beat up his two cousins? Who was this person? Wenzheng laughed loudly. He patted Gao Feng's shoulder and said, "Young Master Gao, are you kidding me? Are you really scared by this brat's lies? This guy is dressed in inferior brands, and he looks unfamiliar. He's definitely not someone from China's rich young master's circle. He's most likely here to scare you because he's heard of your two cousins' names. Wen Zheng's words woke Gao Feng up. He immediately pointed at Qin Feng and yelled, "Brat, you dare to fool me? Do you believe that I will find someone to break your legs?" Qin Feng acted as if he couldn't see Gao Feng. His gaze fell on Wen Zheng. "And who are you?" Wen Zheng immediately stuck out his chest. He squinted at Qin Feng and said, "I am the young master of the Wen family in the capital of China." Qin Feng shook his head and said, "I have never heard of the Wen family. I guess you are at the bottom of the aristocratic families. Don't talk nonsense." Wen Zheng was angry. Qin Feng was right. The Wen family could not even be ranked among the 5 small families in the capital. Qin Feng looked at young Master Bai again. Qin Feng had never heard of the Bai family that this guy was from. After all, it was just the 3 rich young masters of the capital who were acting pretentious in front of Qin Feng. If this matter was known by the heads of the 3 families, they would definitely break the legs of these 3 people and remove their names from their families. "Who are you?" Qin Feng's sight finally fell on the black man. Gao Feng and the other 2 people seemed to regard this person as their leader. Young Master Bai did not need young Master Tiger to speak. Young Master Bai introduced him proudly, "Brat, listen carefully. This is young Master Tiger, the young master of the Somali island. If you dare to offend him, one word from young Master Tiger will make you disappear in South Africa." Young Master Bai exaggerated enough. Qin Feng smiled and said, "Somali island? Isn't that the island dominated by the pirate group in the past? Brat, you have some knowledge. I am the son of the Somali pirate king, Thunder King." Young Master Tiger finally spoke. His words made Gao Feng and the other 2 people feel deep veneration. However, Liya covered her mouth and smiled. Qin Feng almost couldn't hold back his laughter. Thunder King had been dead for several days. Didn't this brat know? Chapter 1198. Seeing that young Master Tiger's father was already dead, and this brat was still acting cool here with a tsundere expression, Qin Feng and Liya almost cried from laughing. "So it's the son of the pirate king, then you're really amazing. I advise you to go home and take a look when you have time, maybe the Somali pirates have already been destroyed." Qin Feng kindly reminded young Master Tiger. Young Master Tiger and the other 3 were stunned, and in the next moment, they couldn't help but laugh out loud. "Ha! What did this brat say? The pirates will be destroyed? I'm dying of laughter." Wen Zheng laughed so hard that his intestines could be seen. Gao Feng was also extremely happy. The Somali pirates have dominated South Africa for decades, and even the local government can't do anything about it. Is there something wrong with your brain? Young Master Tiger, don't bother with this stinking idiot. What does he know? How would he know how powerful young Master Tiger's family is? Young Master Bai had a playful expression as he spoke good words to young Master Tiger. As a local of South Africa, young Master Tiger was originally black. Now that his face was cold, it was so black that it could reflect light. "Brat, you dare to curse our family's pirate group? Believe it or not, I'll kill you right now." As the son of a pirate, young Master Tiger had been arrogant and despotic on the sea since he was young. When had he ever been provoked? Also, this ship was Princess Lisa's private cruise ship. No matter how powerful the people on the ship were, they had to give Princess Lisa face. Otherwise, young Master Tiger and the others would have already attacked Qin Feng. If you want to fight, then come. If you don't dare to fight, then don't talk. I still want to roll in the sheets with my little lover. Don't interfere with my good things. Qin Feng didn't care about young Master Tiger and the others at all. If it wasn't because he had a mission and didn't want to cause trouble, these 4 people would already be dead. Qin Feng planned to let these 4 people go, but these 4 people were looking for death. They surrounded Qin Feng and glared at Qin Feng. "Stinking brat, you want to leave after offending us? Do you think we're air?" Young Master Tiger spoke first, and the other 3 Chinese young masters were immediately full of confidence. "You want to leave? Leave this girl behind and you can scram at any time." Wenjing stared at Leah. Gao Feng was also energized. "We can't let this brat off so easily. Otherwise, he won't learn his lesson. Why don't we let him be our lackey for this period of time?" Gao Feng's thoughts were truly sinister. Not only did he want to snatch away Qin Feng's woman, he also wanted Qin Feng to watch as Leah was played by them. However, this idea made young Tiger Master and the other 2 extremely excited, and they immediately expressed their approval. Gao Feng, this brat, has a lot of ideas. I think we should do it this way. You, brat, quickly beg for mercy and admit your mistake, then be our henchman. Young Master Bai looked at Qin Feng with a smile and secretly glanced at Leah's long legs. Leah was about to explode in anger. Just as she was about to kick these 4 idiots, Qin Feng laughed first. "You want to take me in as your little brother? It's not impossible. At the very least, you have to have a strong point to conquer me, right? Otherwise, why would I want to be your underling?" There was a faint smile on Qin Feng's face. In the eyes of young Tiger Master and the others, they thought that Qin Feng was trying to curry favor because he was afraid of admitting defeat. However, Leah was extremely excited in her heart, because she understood Qin Feng too well. Every time Qin Feng revealed this kind of harmless smile, it meant that someone was going to be in big trouble. Hee. Does this fool want to challenge us? What do you guys say? Gao Feng laughed. Wenjing immediately stood up and stared at Qin Feng arrogantly. "You want to compete? Then do you dare to play cards with me?" Hearing about playing cards, Leah clapped her hands excitedly. She had never seen Qin Feng lose in cards before. Young Tiger Master and the others were dumbfounded. That Wenjing was an expert in cards. Why was Leah so happy? Was she eager for her boyfriend to lose? Everyone looked straight at Qin Feng, waiting for Qin Feng to agree, but Qin Feng shook his head. "I don't want to play cards, cards are too unchallenging, let's change to something else." Just as Qin Feng finished speaking, young Master 4 and Leah sighed, but the reason for their sighs was very different. "Humph. If you don't dare to play, then say that you don't dare to play. What challenge? Our young Master 1 is an expert in the gambling world, he can make you lose everything in a minute." Gao Feng glared at Qin Feng disdainfully. Leah was about to die from anxiety, but she discovered that Qin Feng had an indifferent expression. "Stinking brat, then shall we compete in darts? Do you dare?" Young Tiger Master suddenly spoke. Qin Feng thought about it. He had never played darts with anyone before, so this competition was not that boring. "All right, then let's play darts." "All right, if you lose, you will be our little brother. This woman will be ours in the future." Seeing that Qin Feng had agreed, young Tiger Master was extremely excited, as if he was afraid that Qin Feng would suddenly go back on his word. Gao Feng, Wenjing, and young Master Bai were also excited. The 3 of them were very clear about young Tiger Master's darts level. That was the level of a professional expert. Qin Feng actually dared to compete with young Tiger Master in darts. This was simply courting death. "Darling, can you do it?" Leah hugged Qin Feng's neck and was a little worried. She had never seen Qin Feng play darts before, so she was a little uncertain in her heart. Qin Feng slapped Leah's perky butt, which made Leah pout coquettishly. That charming and seductive voice tickled the hearts of young Tiger Master and the others. "You dare to say that your man can't do it? When can I not do it?" After I take care of those 4 idiots, see how I take care of you. Qin Feng reprimanded Leah domineeringly. Leah was not angry at all. She even obediently lay in Qin Feng's arms and said coquettishly, "Darling. I know I'm wrong. I'll serve you well at night." While Qin Feng and Leah were flirting, young Tiger Master and the others were like the air being left aside. They were so angry that their lungs were about to explode. "Young Tiger Master, you have to perform well in a while and fiercely slap that grandson's face," Gao Feng said while gnashing his teeth. "Relax. Why are you still worried about young Tiger Master's dart skill? Let's wait to take that brat as our little brother and bully him every day." Wenzheng was not worried and had a playful expression. Young Master Bai smiled even more sinisterly. He glanced at Liya's long legs and laughed, "And play with that brat's woman every day." Ha! The competition had not yet started, and young Tiger Master and the others were laughing non-stop as if they were sure to win this competition. "Brat, don't be wishy-washy. Let's start the competition now." Young Tiger Master could not wait any longer and walked towards the darts at the side. There were all kinds of entertainment facilities in the leisure area of the cruise, and there were many people gathered in the darts area. Young Tiger Master found an empty spot and immediately plucked out the 10 darts on the darts board. He handed 5 of the red darts to Qin Feng. "Brat, do you want to go first or should I?" Young Tiger Master glared at Qin Feng and asked. Qin Feng glanced at the darts in young Tiger Master's hands, shook his head and said with a smile, "This darts is too childish. Let's not play darts," and directly changed to throwing knives. "Throwing knives?" Qin Feng's words scared young Tiger Master and the others. Even Leah was stunned for a moment. Haha. Okay. Throwing knives is fun. Darling, let's play throwing knives." Leah quickly came back to her senses. She was not afraid of the matter. Anyway, with Qin Feng here, Leah felt that Qin Feng could settle it. "Fuck. Are you crazy? Throwing knives will kill you." Gao Feng came back to his senses and glared at Qin Feng in disdain. Wenzheng also looked a little scared. "It's better to play darts. What's more, there are no throwing knives here." Swoosh. Just as Wenzheng finished speaking, Qin Feng flipped his hand and 2 military knives appeared in his hands as if he was performing a magic trick. Each of these military knives was 15 centimeters long. The blades flashed with a cold light and looked incomparably sharp. It gave Gao Feng and the others a fright. "Hey! You, why do you have a knife on you? Don't you have to search me when you board the ship? Stay away from me. Don't hurt me by accident. Otherwise, I won't let you off." The 4 of them were all idle hedonistic young masters. When they saw knives, they trembled in fear. Leah looked at the 4 of them with disdain. Qin Feng smiled and said, "Let's compete with throwing knives. Do you dare?" It was young Master Tiger who asked Qin Feng if he dared to play darts. Now, it was Qin Feng's turn to look at young Master Tiger. Young Master Tiger was a little scared. He had never played with throwing knives before. However, how could he admit defeat in front of everyone? "Humph. Let's play. I'm not afraid of you." Young Master Tiger pretended to be calm. "All right then. Let's each have a military knife and stand 20 meters away. The one with the most rings wins." Qin Feng threw a military knife to young Master Tiger and said with a smile. Young Master Tiger's hand that was holding the knife trembled. He was about to die from anger. "Stand 20 meters away and stand as a target? Are you fucking kidding me? 20 meters? Are you crazy? The standard darts competition is 5 meters. What can you see from 20 meters? Gao Feng shouted. Young Master Tiger, I think we should compete in darts. We have a better chance of winning with darts. Wenjing suddenly had a bad premonition. Is 20 meters very far? You guys are scared by this distance? Forget it. I don't want to compete with you. It's more interesting to go back and roll in the sheets with my little lover. When Qin Feng saw that the four of them were about to retreat, he indifferently hugged Liya and walked away. Young Master Tiger and the others were so angry that they blew their beards and glared at him. However, they could not refute him. Don't go. It's just 20 meters. I'll compete with you. Young Master Tiger suddenly shouted when Qin Feng was about to leave the lounge area. Oh? You changed your mind again? Then let's begin. Qin Feng walked back with Liya in his arms. The group of people stood 20 meters away from the target. It was young Master Tiger's first time throwing darts from such a distance. No, it was throwing knives. Young Master Tiger squinted his small eyes and stared at the dartboard on the wall. He could not even see the bullseye. After staring for a while, young Master Tiger felt his eyes were blurred. How the fuck am I supposed to do this? How about it? Are you ready? Qin Feng looked at young Master Tiger with a smile. Gao Feng, Wenjing, and young Master Bai were full of confidence in young Master Tiger's darts. Now that they stood 20 meters away, the three of them could not even let out a fart. Let alone the bullseye, it would be good if they could even hit the target. Chapter 1199. Young Master Tiger wasn't letting the weak go first. He didn't have the confidence and threw the mess to Qin Feng first. Wenjing and the other two immediately understood young Master Tiger's meaning. Everyone was not optimistic about young Master Tiger, and even less optimistic about Qin Feng. At this distance of 20 meters, no one could hit the target. If Qin Feng went first, then as long as Qin Feng missed the target, young Master Tiger would win without hitting. Young Master Tiger is right, the weak go first. You weak scum, quickly hit. Gao Feng hurriedly echoed young Master Tiger's words and urged Qin Feng. Don't tell me you're scared. If you are afraid, quickly admit defeat. It's not shameful to lose to young Master Tiger. Wenjing and young Master Bai also shouted. Qin Feng clearly saw the four people's little thoughts, but he didn't care. I'll go first, then I'll go first. Xiaoya, do you want to play something more exciting? Qin Feng suddenly looked at Liya in his arms. Liya excitedly danced. Okay, okay. Darling, how do you want to play? You go stand under the target, with the balloon on your head. I'll poke the balloon with a knife. Just as Qin Feng finished speaking, young Master Tiger and the other three were so scared that they almost fell down. Was this brat a freaking madman? This kind of play would kill people sooner or later. Brat, don't mess around. What if you hurt the beauty? Gao Feng angrily glared at Qin Feng. He hadn't played with Liya's body yet, how could he let Qin Feng hurt Liya? Beauty, now you clearly see that brat's character. This kind of person is very dangerous. Maybe he is a perverted killing maniac. You should quickly come to our side and follow us in the future to be safe. Young Master Bai tempted Liya. Liya squinted at the four people and angrily roared, Are you all sick? I can play with my darling however I want, what can you do? Or are you afraid? If you're afraid, don't compete with my darling. Isn't it shameful to be so cowardly? Liya reprimanded the four young masters, and the four people's faces darkened. They did not stop Liya. If this woman wanted to die, then let her. However, Liya was not worried at all, and even laughed as she kissed Qin Feng. Darling, be more ruthless, you have to burst the balloon. Liya was already standing under the target with a balloon on her head. That tall and sexy figure made young Tiger Master and the other three's eyes light up. Qin Feng stood 20 meters away. To him, this distance was child's play. If he wasn't 100% confident, why would Qin Feng let Leah take the risk? Little Ya, are you ready? Qin Feng smiled at Leah and asked. All right, hurry up and do it. Leah's voice was filled with excitement, as if she couldn't wait to be alone. Qin Feng held the sharp military knife in his hand, and was already aiming at Leah. Young Master Hu and the others' hearts were about to jump out of their throats. Were these two serious? Whoosh! At the same time the wind whistled, the balloon exploded. The crisp sound was crisp and clean, and the blade of the dagger had completely sunk into the wall. This slash was very powerful. If it went astray, wouldn't it stab Leah to death? After throwing the knife, Qin Feng stood aside as if nothing had happened. Young Tiger Master and the other three were dumbstruck. They didn't know if Qin Feng was really that powerful or a blind cat running into a dead mouse. Don't just stand there, it's your turn. Qin Feng looked at young Tiger Master with a smile. In the eyes of the four people, that smile was as terrifying as a demon from hell. Leah had already bounced back to Qin Feng's side, hugged Qin Feng's arm tightly, and shouted, "Darling. This is too fun, can you stab me again?" Young Tiger Master and the other three were about to die of depression, but Leah was addicted to playing. This was simply a naked slap in the face for the four of them. Cough cough. Young Tiger Master, let's not play anymore. This brat is a madman, let's not lower ourselves to his level. Gao Feng was arrogant and despotic in front of Qin Feng. He didn't put Qin Feng in his eyes at all, and now even his voice was trembling. Wen Zheng was no longer calm. His body trembled as he advised, "I remember, we still have to go drink, let's go quickly." The three Chinese young masters all retreated. Throwing knives from 20 meters away was not a joke. The main thing was that Leah dared to stand out and let Qin Feng stab her, but young Master Bai and the other two didn't want to stand out and let young Tiger stab them. TSK. How capable do you think you guys are? You're just a bunch of weaklings. With just this bit of courage, you have the nerve to challenge my darling, aren't you guys ashamed? Leah swept her gaze across the four of them with a look of disdain. Young Master Bai and the rest felt that they had lost all their face. Alright, since you guys don't dare to compete, then if you see me on this cruise in the future, just walk around. Don't act cool in front of me. Qin Feng said with an indifferent attitude. Young Master Bai and the other two were extremely angry, but thinking of their own personal safety, they chose to swallow their anger in the end. However, that young Tiger Master refused to admit defeat. He was the son of the Somali pirate King Thunder King. When had he ever admitted defeat? Brat, don't go. Who said I don't dare to compete with you? Isn't it just throwing knives? I've been playing with sharks in the sea since I was young. Young Tiger Master's words made Qin Feng and Leah laugh to death. This person really didn't have a draft when he boasted. Young Master Bai and the other two were scared half to death, and hurriedly came up to persuade young Tiger Master. Young Tiger Master, let's not compete. Someone will die. Gao Feng was so scared that his face turned pale. Let that brat be proud for a while first. Let's go back and discuss the plan to deal with him. Anyway, everyone has been on this ship, and we are not afraid that he will run away. Wen Zheng was also making suggestions. Yeah, young Tiger Master, let's go quickly. That brat seems to really know how to play with knives. Do you know Shaoli throwing knife? Maybe that guy is the successor of Little Li flying dagger. Young Master Bai dared to say whatever he wanted by relying on young Tiger Master's ignorance of Chinese culture. Young Tiger Master's face was cold and black. All of you shut up. Which of you stand over there and be a target? I must compete with that brat. Young Tiger Master lost his temper. His roar scared young Master Bai and the other two so much that they almost knelt down. The thing they were most worried about really came. Ouch! I'm anemic, and I didn't eat anything in the morning. Now I don't even have the strength to stand up. Gao Feng suddenly screamed and fell directly to the ground and started to pretend to faint. Young Master Bai and Wen Zheng were stunned when they saw it, but Wen Zheng came back to himself first and immediately ran out. "No, I need to go to the toilet. I will come back later." Gao Feng and Wen Zheng pretended to be dead and ran away, leaving young Master Bai stunned in the same place. Young Tiger Master glared at young Master Bai fiercely and shouted, "You don't want to find an excuse for me. Hurry up and stand with the balloon on your head, or I won't let you go out of South Africa." Young Master Bai looked like he was going to fight with young Master Bai. Young Tiger Master was so scared that he shivered. Here was South Africa, which was the territory of young Tiger Master. Even if young Master Bai was very reluctant in his heart, he could only choose to yield in the end. Young Tiger Master. Can you do it? Don't stab me to death." Young Master Bai asked cautiously. "Don't talk nonsense. You have seen my technique of throwing darts. I always hit the target. What are you afraid of?" Young Tiger Master glared at young Master Bai and scolded. Young Master Bai was so sullen that he wanted to die. "What you threw was a dart, and you threw it from 5 meters away. Now you threw a knife and stood 20 meters away. How could it be the same?" Young Master Bai was still so scared in his heart, but he already went to stand by the wall with a balloon on his head. Young Tiger Master Bai hadn't even started to prepare the dart, but young Master Bai's legs were shaking badly. Hee. "Dear, that black charcoal definitely can't do it. One knife will pierce the eyes of the idiot on the opposite side. I feel excited just thinking about it." Previously, the 4 young masters had always been suppressing and bullying Qin Feng, but Liya remembered it all in her heart. Now, it was finally time for her to vent her anger. Liya deliberately said those words to scare young Master White and young Master Tiger, scaring the 2 of them to the point of losing confidence. "You, don't shake around. I'm going to make a move." Young Tiger Master's hand holding the military knife kept shaking like an 80-year-old old man. Young Master Bai shook even harder. He felt that he only had these last few seconds left in his life. "Young Tiger Master, hurry up, I can't hold on anymore." Young Master Bai cried and shouted. Young Tiger Master didn't hesitate. He waved his hand and the military knife turned into a cold light and shot out. Young Master Bai had already closed his eyes and prayed in his heart. Gao Feng, who fell on the ground and pretended to be dead, suddenly opened his eyes and revealed a smirk. He was lamenting his cleverness in his heart, Poochie. The sound of the military knife piercing into the skin spread out. Young Master Bai didn't feel anything at all, but the smile on the face of Gao Feng, who was lying on the ground, suddenly froze. He suddenly screamed, "Ouch! Pain, I'm dying of pain. Where did the knife come from? Who the hell stabbed me?" Gao Feng's screams attracted a lot of gazes. He was lying on the ground with a knife. A sharp dagger was inserted into Gao Feng's thigh. More than half of the blade had sunk into the flesh. Young Master Bai suddenly opened his eyes. Seeing this scene, he grinned and laughed. He finally saved his little life. Gao Feng finally understood. He was so angry that his lungs were about to explode. This young Tiger Master's knife level was too fucking bad. He actually stabbed his thigh. So funny. With this level, you have the nerve to compete with my dear in knife throwing. You guys should go home and practice for a few hundred years. Liya was amused to the point that she was convulsing. This group of people were simply clowns. Young Tiger Master's black face turned red. He was so embarrassed that he wanted to dig a hole and hide in it. But how could he admit defeat like this? If he was slapped in the face by Qin Feng, young Tiger Master wouldn't be able to mingle in South Africa anymore. Just now that was just a warm-up. It's not a formal competition. Do you dare to compete again? This time, I definitely won't let you win. Young Tiger Master's words almost made young Master Bai, who had just regained his senses, almost faint. However, Leah clapped her hands excitedly. Okay, okay. Let's do it again. Who's afraid of you? Leah couldn't wait to play another round. She had already run to the wall with the balloon on her head. Qin Feng didn't even look at Leah. He casually threw the balloon and it exploded. Leah was unharmed. Okay, this is a new round. I've already thrown everything. It's your turn again. Qin Feng threw the knife while looking at young Tiger Master with a smile. Everyone was stunned. Qin Feng's magical knife-throwing skill was really amazing. It attracted a lot of people to come and watch. Young Tiger Master still hadn't regained his senses. He really couldn't keep up with Qin Feng's rhythm. Did this brat hit the balloon again? Why does it feel like child's play? To say that the previous round, everyone suspected that Qin Feng was a blind cat bumping into a dead mouse, but this round, young Tiger Master finally understood. Qin Feng was indeed an expert at throwing knives. Chapter 1200. Young Tiger Master was forced to continue the competition. However, the one who was really stressed was not him, but young Master Bai, who was standing under the opposite wall with a balloon on his head. Young Master Bai thought that he had escaped a disaster in the last game. He did not expect that young Tiger Master Bai was completely crazy. This guy would not stop until he killed someone. Young Master Bai, don't worry. This time I will definitely aim and stab again. I won't stab your head. Young Tiger Master Bai was too nervous. He wanted to say some comforting words. As a result, young Master Bai was even more afraid after he finished his words. Being stared at by everyone, young Tiger Master Bai did not waste time. After taking a deep breath, he suddenly threw the knife. There was a scream. The knife had already left the normal track and went to the crowd. The crowd who watched the scene was scared and fled. Young Master Bai was so excited that his tears flowed out when he saw this scene. This was God's blessing for him. Hey! Why are you running? What's wrong here? Wenjing hid in the toilet for a while and walked back. He thought that the knife competition should be over. As a result, when he just walked to the side of the venue, he saw the crowd in chaos. Then a cold light flashed and fell directly on Wenjing's shoulder. Ow! What the fuck, who's throwing knives? My arm is broken, woo-woo, ambulance, call the ambulance. Wenjing would never think that he had dodged for a long time but still could not escape the knife of young Tiger Master. This young Tiger Master was also ruthless. The two knives were thrown to young Master Bai, but they stabbed Gao Feng and Wenjing respectively. Wenjing's shoulder was like a small fountain. The blood was flowing. He had never seen such a situation in his life, and he fainted directly. Young Tiger Master and young Master Bai were stunned. Gao Feng, who fell to the ground and screamed, suddenly stopped screaming. Seeing Wenjing's miserable appearance, Gao Feng suddenly found his balance. The crowd was noisy, screaming and crying in a mess. Many people just came to watch. Until now, they had not figured out the situation. They thought that someone was robbing the ship. What's going on here? Everyone be quiet. A group of guards in iron armor came when they heard the sound. These people were the local people with black skin, holding shields and spears in their hands. They were dressed the same as the guards who checked the tickets when they boarded the ship. It seemed that they were the guards of Princess Lisa. Suddenly, more than 20 strong guards rushed over, and the crowd finally calmed down. Brother Imperial Guard, someone was stabbed. Some passengers had already told the Imperial Guard about the situation. All the guards were dumbfounded. He was stabbed. How did he get stabbed? All the passengers on board have been searched. It's impossible for them to bring weapons on board. He really got stabbed. Look, that unlucky kid's shoulder is still spurting blood. The guard quickly found Wen Zheng and Gao Feng on the ground. When he saw that there were really 2 sabers stabbed into their bodies, the guard was instantly enraged. Who brought this knife on board? A guard captain glanced at the crowd coldly. Everyone lowered their heads, not daring to speak carelessly. Leia was nervous. This was Lisa No. 1 ship. If he were to fall out with Princess Lisa, then the plan to capture the Firebird would be completely ruined. Guard captain, I know whose saber this is. Young Master Hu had a stomach full of anger, suddenly jumped out. He finally found a way to suppress Qin Feng. Leia's heart was in her throat. She tightly held Qin Feng's arm. Qin Feng's expression was indifferent. He patted the back of Leia's hand to signal her to be at ease. Whose? It's that brat's. I saw him take it out with my own eyes. Young Master Hu fiercely pointed at Qin Feng. At this time, young Master Bite suddenly woke up. He also pointed at Qin Feng and said, "That's right. I can testify that these 2 daggers were brought on board by that brat." More than 20 guards immediately surrounded Qin Feng and Leia. Young Master Hu and young Master Bai's eyes flashed with a sneer, as if they had already seen the scene of Qin Feng being beaten on the spot. These 2 daggers were brought on by you? The guard captain walked to the opposite side of Qin Feng with his leather boots. His expression was dignified and fierce. No. Qin Feng said indifferently. You're talking nonsense. These 2 sabers were taken out by you. Young Master Bai and I both saw it. Young Master Hu suddenly became excited and fiercely glared at Qin Feng. The guard captain was clearly annoyed by the noisy young Master Hu. He coldly glared at him, and young Master Hu immediately shut his mouth. These sabers were indeed taken out by me, but I didn't bring them on board. When boarding the ship, everyone has to be searched. How could I bring the murder weapon on me? I picked up this knife in the restaurant. I thought it looked good, so I put it on. As for the person who stabbed people with the knife, it wasn't me, it was that person. Qin Feng looked at young Master Hu and threw all the blame on young Master Hu with a few words. Young Master Hu was stunned, because what Qin Feng said was not false at all. Everyone saw that it was young Master Hu who stabbed people with the knife. Brat, you dare to commit murder on Lisa 1? Arrest him and break his hands and feet. The guard captain's face turned cold and immediately gave the order. More than 20 people raised their spears and pointed at young Master Hu, scaring him to the point that he almost knelt down. Guard captain, I was just playing around. I didn't commit murder. Those people are my friends, and they willingly let me stab them. If you don't believe me, you can ask them. Young Master Hu hurriedly explained. Gao Feng and Wen Zheng both woke up. When they heard young Master Hu's words, they were extremely depressed. Who the hell was willing to let you stab them? Would you be willing to let your elder stab you? However, they had a stomach full of grievances, but they didn't dare to say it. They had to smile and help young Master Hu explain. Guard captain, young Master Hu is right. We are good friends, and we were just playing around here. Gao Feng smiled. Right. We willingly let ourselves be stabbed. Wen Zheng's smile was uglier than crying. The guard captain's face darkened, and he angrily rebuked, What do you think Lisa 1 is? Do you think you can mess around whenever you want? What if you stab other passengers? Give them a good beating so that they'll learn their lesson. The Lisa 1 was Princess Lisa's private cruise ship. There were hundreds of guards guarding the cruise ship. Princess Lisa had the final say here, and these guards were also arrogant. No matter what status you had, once you boarded the Lisa 1, you would be treated the same. More than 20 guards had already taken action. 5 people surrounded young Master Hu and his 3 friends and began to beat them violently. Wen Zheng and Gao Feng had just been stabbed, and now they were trampled. They felt so wrong that their tears fell down. Young Master Bai was beaten angrily and shouted at the guard, "You stop quickly. Do you know who young Master Hu is? He is the son of Pirate King Thunder King. You should be careful." The guards who were beating were suddenly stunned. They didn't expect that someone dared to be ruthless on Lisa 1. Did they not want to live anymore? Young Master Bai misunderstood the behavior of these people. He thought that the guards were scared when they heard the name of young Master Hu. He quickly continued, "Now you know to be afraid. Quickly help me up, fuck. The son of Pirate King? Help you up? I will kill you." The guards quickly came back to their senses, and they stomped more fiercely. They beat young Master Bai so hard that he almost shit out. Is this idiot coming to South Africa? The pirate group was destroyed a few days ago, and he still uses the name of Thunder King to scare people? Humph. Even if Thunder King is still here, what is he? In front of our Princess Lisa, he doesn't even deserve to carry shoes. A group of guards beat and scolded, beating the 4 people to death. Earlier, Qin Feng had told young Master Tiger and the others that the pirate group had been destroyed, but the 4 of them didn't believe him. Now that the guard said this, young Master Tiger was completely dumbfounded. Could Dad and the pirate group really have been destroyed? This group of guards was merciless. They knocked out young Master Hu and his 3 friends in a minute. The captain of guards had been standing aside with a cold face. Seeing that young Master Hu and his 3 friends were almost beaten to death, he said lightly, "Okay, throw these 4 people into the warehouse. Don't affect the entertainment and rest of other guests." As the captain of guards gave an order, 8 of the guards immediately took young Master Hu and his 3 friends and left. The captain of guards didn't leave and came to Qin Feng. "You are also a troublemaker. Beat him." It turned out that the captain of guards hadn't forgotten about Qin Feng. With an order, the remaining dozen or so guards surrounded him. Leah was so scared that her face paled. She had already gotten into a fighting stance. Qin Feng pulled Leah behind him and coldly looked at the incoming guards, as if he was looking at a group of dead people. "Stop." Just as Qin Feng was about to raise his hidden hand, a pleasant voice suddenly sounded. It was spoken in English. The expressions of the arrogant and despotic guards changed drastically. It was as if they had encountered a devil. They immediately retreated into a row and lowered their heads without moving. The crowd parted to form a path. The guard captain panicked and respectfully went forward to greet the newcomer. 4 strong men walked in from the cabin next door. The 4 of them carried a golden sedan chair. Through the red gauze curtains, they could faintly see a woman sitting inside. The woman's entire body was covered with golden accessories. She wore a golden crown on her head and a curtain of golden beads covered her face. "Princess Lisa has arrived. Everyone, quickly kneel." The captain of guards walked to the side of the golden sedan chair and immediately knelt. The 20 or so guards also knelt. The passengers were all stunned. Princess Lisa had actually come. Everyone fought for tickets to the Lisa 1 every year. Other than the banquet, business, and entertainment, the most important thing was to see Princess Lisa. It was said that Princess Lisa was as beautiful as a fairy. As long as a man had seen her face, he would never look at any other woman. Princess Lisa had also reached the age of marriage. Many rich and powerful people wanted to try their luck. If they could catch the eye of this South African royal princess, they would enjoy endless glory and wealth in the future. Greetings, Princess Lisa. Many passengers came back to their senses and hurriedly knelt down. On this Lisa 1 cruise ship, Princess Lisa was the king. The 100 or so people in the cabin all knelt down, leaving only Qin Feng and Leia standing in place. Actually, Leia had long been stunned by this scene. She was a little uncertain in her heart, as if Princess Lisa had magic. Leia almost knelt down as well, but she was supported by Qin Feng. "Stinking brat, why aren't you two kneeling? If you don't kneel, you'll be executed immediately." The captain of guards turned his head and looked at Qin Feng. He was so angry that smoke was coming out of his head. Princess Lisa's pleasant voice sounded out again, "Emoda, there's nothing for you here. Take your people and leave." Chapter 12:01. Mord grabbed his spear and was about to rush forward and stab Qin Feng to death. Halfway through, he was shocked. Princess Lisa was going to let go of the Chinese man in front of him? "Princess Lisa, these two are causing trouble on the cruise ship. Why aren't they kneeling when they see the princess?" Mord was puzzled. He didn't know what was wrong with Princess Lisa today. Usually, Princess Lisa was cold and arrogant. Even though the people on the Lisa 1 cruise ship were all rich and powerful people and high-ranking officials from all over the world, no one had ever entered Princess Lisa's eyes. This was the first time Maude had seen the princess let go of a person since she had followed Princess Lisa. "Mord, are you questioning my order? If you dare to speak out of turn, I'll immediately throw you into the sea to feed the fishes. Hurry up and get out of here." Princess Lisa's voice was cold. She was suddenly enraged. The temperature in the cabin seemed to be about to freeze. A group of guards and passengers knelt on the ground and shivered in fear. No one saw Princess Lisa's appearance clearly, and no one dared to peek inside the golden palanquin. "Princess Lisa, spare my life. I'll disappear immediately." As one of the head guards, Mord was so arrogant and despotic just now. He didn't even put young Master Hu, the son of the Thunder King, in his eyes. If he wanted to beat him, he would beat him. But now, he was scared witless by Princess Lisa's words. Not long after, he disappeared with more than 20 guards. Mord and the others left, but the passengers kneeling on the ground didn't dare to get up. Princess Lisa's golden palanquin didn't hurry to leave either. Princess Lisa seemed to be sizing up Qin Feng through the gauze curtain. The atmosphere was deathly silent. Even the sound of a pin dropping could be heard. Everyone was scared to death. Every year, many people were thrown into the sea to feed the fishes by Princess Lisa. The young man and woman who dared to stand were definitely done for. "Go back." After a long silence, Princess Lisa's pleasant and indifferent voice came from behind the gauze curtain again. The four strong men continued to stride forward as if nothing had happened here. Princess Lisa had been gone for a few minutes, but the cabin was still immersed in silence. The tourists all knelt on the ground. Finally, a few people came back to their senses and began to stand up. What happened just now? Princess Lisa didn't kill that pair of young people? Keep your voice down. Princess Lisa is obviously here to help those two people. Fuck. Someone who could be helped by Princess Lisa? Who were those two people? He looks like he's from China. I think the princess is helping that Chinese man. Don't tell me she has taken a fancy to that guy. Instantly. The sounds of discussion rose everywhere. Everyone was confused by Princess Lisa's abnormal actions. When they thought that the princess might have taken a liking to Qin Feng, a group of men cast envious, jealous, and hateful gazes at Qin Feng. Why was this brat's life so good? Qin Feng, what's going on? Are you hiding something from me? Qin Feng had already pulled Leia to a place where no one was around to sit down. Just as Leia regained her senses, she had endless questions. I don't know. I'm also puzzled. Qin Feng was also gloomy. He didn't know any Princess Lisa at all. Leia Kai didn't believe Qin Feng's words. She narrowed her eyes and glared at Qin Feng. tell me honestly, did you have an affair with Princess Lisa? You playboy, you've even started your business in South Africa? You're good. Qin Feng was extremely depressed after being questioned by Leah. It would be fine if Qin Feng had really slept with Princess Lisa, but Qin Feng didn't even see her appearance clearly. Don't think too much. I don't know Princess Lisa. If there really is a relationship, there's no need for me to hide it from you. Qin Feng pulled Leah into his embrace and hugged her. Leah thought about it and agreed. There were a lot of beauties around Qin Feng. He had never been secretive, he had always been open and aboveboard when picking up girls. Since you don't know Princess Lisa, why are you helping us? How strange. Leah was puzzled, and Qin Feng couldn't figure it out either. However, at this moment, a familiar voice sounded. Huh. Young Master Feng, are you picking up girls here? No wonder I couldn't find you in your cabin. Qin Feng didn't need to turn his head to know that it was Ali. He whispered into Leah's ear, the target has appeared, don't expose yourself. Just as he finished speaking, Qin Feng stood up and turned to welcome him. Haha. Brother Ali, what did Big Brother Firebird say? Ali's gaze fell on Leah's body, and he couldn't help but glance at Leah's long legs. He then stared at Leah's face for a while, and after confirming that he had never seen this woman before, he continued to smile. Young Master Feng, Big Brother Firebird is waiting for you in the cabin, I'll bring you over. Qin Feng hugged Leah, and his large hands unrestrainedly pinched Leah's body. Leah had a bashful expression as she laid in Qin Feng's embrace, acting just like the other young models on the ship. Ali was already leading the way, and Qin Feng and Leah followed behind. After walking for a while, Ali suddenly stopped. Hee. Young Master Feng, you know that our boss is very cautious. The girl you found is really not bad, and her figure is sexy enough. How about young Master Feng let the girl return to your cabin and wait for you? You can go back and have fun after seeing the boss. Ali did not plan to bring Leah over. A hint of disappointment flashed in Leah's eyes, but she quickly recovered her smile. Hee. Young Master Feng, then I'll go back first. You have to come back quickly, I'll serve you well. As a Hong Kong senior inspector, Leah's ability to adapt to changing circumstances was very strong. She kissed Qin Feng on the cheek, turned around, and left. When she passed by Ali, she intentionally threw him a flirtatious look. Brother Ali, can you continue to lead the way now? After Leah left, Qin Feng smiled and looked at Ali. Of course, let's go. The lounge of the Lisa No. 1 cruise ship was very luxurious. Every cabin was well-equipped and spacious. Under Ali's lead, the two of them walked into a luxurious cabin. There was even a gym, a swimming pool, and so on. Big Brother Firebird, it's so hard to see you. After entering the cabin, Qin Feng saw the Firebird lying on the sofa and smoking a cigar leisurely. He even had two naked black women in his arms. When the Firebird saw that Qin Feng did not get up, it glanced at him indifferently and smiled. Yo! Young Master Feng is here. You two go and serve young Master Feng. Just as the Firebird finished speaking, the two sexy black cows walked over with a smile. They stuck close to Qin Feng and rubbed their bodies against him, disgusting him to death. Hee. These are Big Brother Firebird's playmates, I'm not playing with them. Qin Feng walked around the two black women and sat on the sofa opposite the Firebird. Oh right, when will Big Brother Firebird take me to inspect the goods? The Firebird waved its hand, and the two black women immediately retreated. However, Ali did not leave. He stood at the side like a stone statue. Young Master Feng, the goods are already on this cruise ship. Don't worry. Pay me the balance first, and I can take you to inspect the goods anytime, the fake Firebird said with a smile. Big Brother Firebird, you're wrong. We agreed in the villa in Mauritius that I'll pay the deposit first, and then you'll take me to inspect the goods. I'll only pay the balance after I inspect the goods and ensure the quality of the goods. Qin Feng poured himself a glass of red wine and sipped it. He was not courteous with the Firebird at all. The Firebird's expression was cold. After a while, it said, "Ali, take young Master Feng to inspect the goods." Ali immediately walked over and said, "Young Master Feng, please follow me." "Big brother Firebird, aren't you coming?" Qin Feng looked at the fake Firebird with a smile. "I've just satisfied those two women, so I'm a little tired now. It's the same if Ali takes you there. You're here to inspect the goods, not to inspect me," the Firebird said impatiently. Qin Feng had bought a talisman of clairvoyance from the system before he entered the cruise ship, but he did not see anyone else in the cabin. Qin Feng knew that the Firebird before him was a fake, but the real Firebird did not show up. This left Qin Feng at a loss of what to do. To avoid arousing the fake Firebird's suspicion, Qin Feng left the cabin with Ali. The two of them went to the cargo hold. Qin Feng saw young Master Tiger and the other three. They were beaten black and blue and were thrown into the cargo hold like garbage. They were still unconscious. To Qin Feng, inspecting the goods was just for show. He casually inspected a few boxes of goods and was done with it. "Young Master Feng, now that the goods have been inspected, can you make the final payment?" Ali said to Qin Feng with a smile. How could Qin Feng pay the final payment? Once the fake Firebird received the money, it would never see Qin Feng again, and the trail to find the real Firebird would be cut off. Qin Feng did not find anything after boarding the Lisa No. 1 for so long. He even suspected that the real Firebird did not board the cruise ship at all. Don't worry, brother Ali. The goods are still on the cruise ship, so I won't let you steal them, right? After all, 1 billion is a big sum. I'll ask my men to transfer the money to you when I get back. As long as I can transfer the money to you before the cruise ship reaches Hong Kong. Qin Feng tried his best to delay the fake Firebird. The smile on Ali's face froze, and he said unhappily, "Young Master Feng, we've agreed to pay after inspecting the goods. Our boss won't be happy if you do this." Qin Feng's face turned cold. "What's there to be unhappy about? I've already transferred the 20 million deposit to him, and the goods are still on the ship. I haven't touched them. Are you guys afraid that I'll run away? Then wouldn't my 20 million be for naught?" Qin Feng's words were reasonable, and Ali was speechless. But what? This is only our first time working together. As long as we work well together, I'll purchase goods from your boss every year. Your current attitude is making me unhappy, Qin Feng interrupted Ali. Ali stammered for a long time and did not know what to say. "All right, I can't make the decision. I'll go back and tell the boss. Wait for my call." Ali left first with a cold expression, and Qin Feng returned to his own cabin. Chapter 1202. Qin Feng, how's the situation? Just as Qin Feng returned to his cabin, Leah anxiously ran over. Qin Feng drank a mouthful of water and leaned on the bed. "I still haven't seen the real Firebird. I only saw Ali and the black man pretending to be the fake Firebird. Ali has already brought me to inspect the goods. Right now, the fake Firebird is in a hurry to make me pay the rest of the money. If we delay for too long, they will probably become suspicious." Qin Feng explained the situation to Leah in detail. Leah sat on the bed and began to ponder. This Firebird is really cunning. Could it be that he didn't even board this ship? Leah frowned and couldn't help but worry. This was also the problem that Qin Feng was most worried about. If the true Firebird wasn't on this ship, then all his recent efforts would have been in vain. "I can't say for sure. I keep feeling that the fake Firebird is the same as the real one. If it wasn't for the secret information from the Hong Kong police, I would have thought that the black man was the real Firebird. Qin Feng was a little suspicious of the information from Hong Kong, but Leah said firmly, "Darling, the information is definitely not fake. That Firebird can't be a local from South Africa. You've seen his photo as well. Did you see him in the fake Firebird's room? I've looked through the entire room. There's no man in the photo," Qin Feng said. Leah was immediately depressed. She sat on the bed dejectedly. She had just finished showering, and was wearing a white muslin robe. Her sexy body was faintly discernible. Previously, Qin Feng was concerned about the Firebird, but now, his gaze was fixated on Leah. "Darling, what are you looking at? Is there something dirty on me?" Leah was frightened by Qin Feng's gaze and subconsciously looked at herself. "You can't tell if there's anything dirty on you. If you want to touch it." Qin Feng laughed evilly and suddenly pounced on her. Leah finally understood what Qin Feng meant. Her face flushed red, but she quickly blended into this ambiguous atmosphere and took the initiative to hug Qin Feng's neck tightly. "Darling, why did you stop?" Just as they were about to heat up, Qin Feng suddenly stopped. Leah looked at Qin Feng with a charming gaze. However, Qin Feng had already calmed down, and a conversation sounded from his body. "Boss, that brat didn't pay the rest. Fuck. What does this brat want? His identity is correct, right? Don't cause any trouble." The voices belonged to Ali and the fake Firebird. Leah originally wanted Qin Feng, but at this moment, she suddenly woke up. What's going on?" Leah stared at Qin Feng dumbstruck. She had no idea what was going on. Why did Ali and the Firebird's voices come from Qin Feng's body? Qin Feng made a shushing gesture. As he listened to the conversation on the other side, he said quietly, "I put a listening device on Ali." Leah's expression immediately changed. As a senior inspector in Hong Kong, she knew a lot about listening devices. Not good, that listening device will be discovered by Ali sooner or later. "My dear, you will expose our identities like this." Leah was extremely worried. Even if the listening device was the smallest, it would still be discovered when he changed clothes. As the Firebird's right-hand man, Lee was naturally very vigilant. Once he realized that he was bugged, the first person he would suspect would be Qin Feng. Qin Feng had naturally thought of these things, but he said with a calm expression, "Don't worry, my listening device is super high-tech, normal people won't be able to detect it." What Qin Feng said was the truth. He spent 2,000 Hedonist points to buy this listening device from the Star Technology Interface. Qin Feng was extremely confident in the products of the Star Technology Interface. Qin Feng still had 40,000 Hedonist points left. He wanted to save up 2 million Hedonist points to open the Immortal Island realm, but he was still far from it. Leah didn't understand Star Technology, so she was still a bit worried. No matter how powerful the technology is, it will still be discovered. "We should quickly remove the listening device from Ali's body, or else our identities will be exposed sooner or later." Just as Leah finished speaking, Qin Feng's body moved, and Leah immediately cried out, "My dear, why you're annoying." Qin Feng moved again, and said overbearingly, "I said I won't be discovered, so I won't be discovered. Are you doubting my ability? Wait until I hear what these two guys are talking about. I'll take care of you later." Qin Feng hugged Leah, and Leah shyly lay in Qin Feng's embrace. The two of them calmed down and eavesdropped on the conversation. "When did that brat say he'll pay the rest?" The fake Firebird's voice sounded. "He said he's moving the funds, and will pay before the cruise reaches Hong Kong." Ali said halfway, then added, "Boss, does this guy not want to pay? He's not playing any tricks, is he?" The fake Firebird suddenly laughed coldly, "Heh. He dares not to pay? I can kill him in a minute. This brat's money is a small matter. How's the arrangement for that matter going?" When we control the entire ship, he'll still obediently pay. The Firebird suddenly asked about another matter. Qin Feng and Leia looked at each other, not quite understanding. Boss, you don't have to worry about that matter. Our men have all boarded the ship and are stationed in the cabins to familiarize themselves with the terrain. When Princess Lisa holds the banquet tomorrow night, we'll start. Ali's voice was much lower. Clearly, he was talking about something important. The more Qin Feng and Leia listened, the more confused they became. This fake Firebird seemed to be doing something shocking. As long as we can control the Lisa number 1, money will be endless like waste paper. Which one of the people on this ship isn't a big boss with assets of over $1 billion? These people are the most afraid of death. When the time comes, they'll all obediently hand over their assets, and we'll be able to spend the rest of our lives wantonly. The fake Firebird was so excited that it couldn't stop laughing. Ali suddenly reminded him, "Boss, this is Princess Lisa's private ship after all. There are more than 500 guards on board. We can't be too complacent before we succeed. If we're not careful, we'll be finished." Hearing Ali's words, Firebird's laughter disappeared and her voice became solemn. "You're right. We have to be careful in this matter. If we really fail in the end, have those people jump into the sea and escape. We cannot leave any evidence behind. Boss, don't worry. I'll explain this in detail," Ali said seriously. "Okay, then focus on this matter. As for that idiot young Master Feng, don't worry about him. We'll take care of him after we control the cruise." It had been a while since Qin Feng made a sound. Footsteps came from the front. It seemed like Ali had already gone to take care of business, and the fake Firebird was probably resting in the room. Qin Feng and Leia looked at each other with surprise in their eyes. "Darling, are these people crazy? They want to rob the Lisa number 1? Leia exclaimed after she came back to her senses. Qin Feng didn't expect the situation to change so suddenly. This fake Firebird was really bold to think of such an idea. However, Qin Feng quickly figured out some things. The plan to rob the Lisa number 1 was obviously not the fake Firebird's idea. It was most likely the real Firebird's idea. From the looks of it, the real Firebird must be on this cruise. "Darling, what should we do now?" Leia didn't even catch the Firebird. Now that they encountered an even bigger problem, she was a little flustered. Qin Feng, on the other hand, had already calmed down and thought about many things. "Xiaoya, this is actually a great opportunity for us. I suspect that the real Firebird is on the ship, and he is secretly controlling the hijacking of the cruise. We'll pretend that we don't know anything for now, and when the Firebird makes his move, he will show himself. At that time, I'll take him down." Qin Feng quickly thought of a new plan. After Leia heard it, she also felt that it was a brilliant plan. However, as a senior inspector of Hong Kong, Leia started to worry about the safety of the passengers on the cruise, as well as Princess Lisa and the others. "Darling, the Firebird must have arranged a lot of experts on the ship this time. When the time comes, you have to stop them, if not it will cause a lot of trouble." Leia looked at Qin Feng coquettishly. Qin Feng originally didn't care about the safety of the passengers on the ship, but since Leia had taken the initiative to say it, Qin Feng couldn't just leave them to die. "If we want to save the people on the ship, we'll have to completely suppress Firebird's subordinates. We have to tell Princess Lisa about this in advance so that her guards can be fully prepared and act out this play with us." Qin Feng changed his plan once again. Leia nodded her head, "Yes, yes. We have to tell Princess Lisa and let her prepare in advance." "Oh right, isn't Princess Lisa your old flame? Quickly go talk to her." Leia looked at Qin Feng excitedly. Qin Feng rolled his eyes. "When did Princess Lisa become my old flame? I don't know her." "You really don't know her? Then why did Princess Lisa help you earlier? Leah still didn't quite believe the relationship between Qin Feng and Lisa. Qin Feng was also very depressed. Could it be that the royal princess was attracted by his charisma and handsome appearance? It's fine if you don't know her. That princess seems to have a soft spot for you. If you go and find her, she'll definitely be willing to see you. Leah's body moved on Qin Feng's body, trying to curry favor with him. I can't go now. Didn't Ali and the fake Firebird say that Princess Lisa will hold a banquet tomorrow night and will inform her in advance? If we spread the news now, it's very likely that it will be leaked. Who knows, maybe one of Princess Lisa's guards is from the Firebird. Qin Feng's analysis was clear and logical. Even Leah, the high-ranking inspector of Hong Kong, was stunned. She realized that Qin Feng's thinking was even more meticulous than hers. If Qin Feng became a police officer, then all the bad guys in the world would be like the end of the world. The eavesdropping this time allowed Qin Feng and Leah to obtain an important clue. The two of them had already come up with a plan to find an opportunity to inform Princess Lisa at the banquet tomorrow night. Then, they would join forces with Lisa's guards to capture the Firebird and rescue the passengers. Darling, then what should we do now? After discussing the plan, Leah looked at Qin Feng with a charming expression. Qin Feng moved his body and laughed evilly. Of course I'll take care of you first. Chapter 1203. After finding out about the Firebird's important plan, Qin Feng and Leah stayed in the cabin for an entire day and night, not going out to avoid any unnecessary trouble. Leah had completely witnessed Qin Feng's strength. It was as if Qin Feng did not know how to be tired. Leah felt like she was about to die. She really wanted to call Sister Lucy over to replace her for a while. Darling, it's about time. Let's quickly go to the banquet tonight. Leah had forgotten how many times she had begged Qin Feng for mercy. Qin Feng did not listen to her begging for mercy, but now that the time was really up, Qin Feng finally stopped. Xiaoya, do you know how powerful I am now? Do you still dare to say that I can't do it in the future? Qin Feng lovingly caressed Leah's hair. Leah immediately nodded and said, I know. Darling, you're the best, let's quickly put on our clothes. 20 minutes later, Qin Feng was wearing a handsome white suit, while Leah had changed into a red qipao. The two of them were like a golden couple, walking on the cruise ship, attracting the attention of many people. Tonight, Princess Lisa was holding a group banquet in No. 1 leisure area. Qin Feng and Leah had just walked over when they saw that the place was filled with people. The men in the crowd were either old CEOs or young rich second-generation heirs. Most of the women were young models in bikinis, but there were also some old and ugly rich women mixed in. These women were here to keep gigolos. Darling, according to my information, tonight's banquet will officially start at 8 o'clock, and the Firebird and the others will start moving tonight. You have to hurry up and see Princess Lisa, or else everyone on the boat will be in trouble. Leah's face was serious. Tonight's mission was very important. What's the program for tonight's banquet? Qin Feng also became serious. There's going to be a large-scale bet, and the final winner will have the honor of spending the night with Princess Lisa. Leah said. Humph. It seems like this Princess Lisa is not a good person either. Every year, she holds a banquet of the sea and sky, but in reality, she is also earning money from the rich people of various countries. A cold smile appeared on Qin Feng's face. However, Leah did not care about Princess Lisa's thoughts. She only hoped that she could catch the true Firebird tonight and save the passengers on the ship. Alright, let's go in and take a look. I'll help you settle this matter. Qin Feng looked at Leah's serious expression and lovingly hugged her waist. With Qin Feng's words, Leah's worried heart immediately calmed down. She had a lot of confidence in Qin Feng's strength. Yo! What kind of expert did Master Zhou bring over this time? It looks like they have quite the grandeur. Everyone in the crowd was conversing. A fat middle-aged man looked at a white-haired old man opposite him. The old man stood by the side with a man in a white suit. He chuckled and said, "This is Russia's famous gambling expert, Number Ghost. I believe everyone has heard of him." Some exclamations came from the crowd. Ghost Teller was quite famous in the international gambling world. He was very sensitive to numbers. Later, he learned gambling and became a gambling expert. Seeing everyone's reaction, Master Zhou was very pleased. He looked at the fat middle-aged man and said, "Boss Ma, what kind of awesome person did you bring this time?" Boss Ma was not afraid when he saw Number Ghost. He pointed to a blonde beauty behind him and said, "This is Madame Hong Mei, a famous gambling expert in the United States." Because most of the people in the gambling world are men, Madame Hong Mei's reputation is even greater than Number Ghost. As soon as Boss Ma finished speaking, the crowd exclaimed again. So this was Madame Hong Mei. Master Zhou's expression suddenly turned cold. He glanced at Hong Mei and said disdainfully, "TSK. What's the use of being famous? Your card skills are not as good as Number Ghost. Tonight is a card game, not a beauty contest." The two of them started to quarrel. However, at this moment, a rich young man from China walked over and said with a smile, "Haha. Number Ghost and Hong Mei are nothing. They are ranked in the top 30 in the international gambling world. Let me introduce them to everyone. This is Hong Kong's gold medal dealer, Second Master He. He is ranked 16th in the international gambling world." As soon as Second Master He appeared, Master Zhou and Boss Ma immediately stopped quarreling. They were too ashamed to talk. Tonight's banquet was a card game. Most of these big bosses from all over the world were not proficient in card games, so they specially invited some experts in the card game world to help them win the championship of tonight's banquet and get the opportunity to spend a good night with Princess Lisa. Many international gambling experts appeared in the crowd. The scene was almost comparable to the annual King of Gambling conference in Hong Kong. Young Master Xiao is really awesome. You even invited Second Master He. It seems that the opportunity to spend a good night with Princess Lisa will be taken by you. Someone had already started to flatter young Master Xiao, but another sarcastic voice also sounded at this time. Huaxia pigs are really arrogant. They dare to show off by finding a trash who is ranked 16th in the international gambling world. What a slap in the face. Everyone looked at the source of the voice and saw an American man with a high nose and blue eyes walking over. Behind him were two men, but no one knew who they were. These two are Fred and Parker? A sharp-eyed person in the crowd suddenly exclaimed. However, there were still many people who did not know the two, so they asked, "Who are Fred and Parker?" Fuck. Do you even pay attention to the international gambling world? You don't even know the two of them? They are known as the invincible heroes in the international gambling world. They are ranked 3rd in gambling world. After knowing the names of Fred and Parker, the crowd suddenly burst into an uproar. Second Master He, who was invited by young Master Xiao, had already shocked everyone. Now that a rich young master from the United States had invited the invincible heroes, what was the point of attending tonight's banquet? It was completely prepared for that rich young master from the United States. He. Young Master Nick, you are still the best. You have made us Americans proud. These people were all standing in groups, with people from various countries standing together. Knowing that Nick had called for the invincible duo, those American CEOs and rich young masters were extremely excited. Even if they could not win, they should not let the goodies flow into their own fields. Young Master Xiao instantly became listless. In front of the invincible heroes, Second Master He did not even have the slightest chance of winning. After all, the difference in the international gambling world between the two was too big. The passengers from other countries sighed. The banquet had not started yet, and everyone was disappointed and sad. Hee hee. Aren't they just the invincible heroes? They are nothing in front of our traceless gambling king. A sneer suddenly came from the crowd that had been silent for a long time. The crowd immediately opened up a path, and a Chinese man in his 50s swaggered over. He looked at Nick and the invincible duo with a look of intense disdain. Who is traceless? He seems very powerful. The crowd started discussing again. Everyone's eyes fell on the middle-aged man and the man in the white suit beside him. Fuck. Traceless, the #1 in the international gambling world. He moves like lightning and changes cards without a trace. The traceless gambling king. Chapter 1204. Remember in 1 second, pen? Writing learning this is a wonderful free reading without a pop-up window. Is this person really the international gambling king, traceless? He looks quite young. It seems that the opportunity to spend the night with Princess Lisa has been snatched by President Hao. Even the gambling king Wu Heng is here. Who can beat him? No. I heard that Traceless was defeated at the International Poker Conference held in Hong Kong some time ago. It seems like the new international gambling king has been replaced. Are you serious? What's the name of the new gambling king? Traceless' appearance had caused an uproar in the crowd. All sorts of rumors and gossip emerged like a tidal wave. The originally arrogant Nick's face was so cold that it looked like it was about to freeze. The invincible duo, who were standing behind him, were no longer as calm as before. The moment they saw Traceless, their hearts beat wildly. They had sparred with Traceless a few times, but they had never won against her. Hey! What are you all doing here? Make way! Just as the crowd was in a heated discussion, Leah shouted out with a slight complaint. Some people looked over, and when they saw Leah's beautiful appearance and sexy figure, their eyes lit up. What are you shouting for? No rules at all. Director Hao was currently enjoying the envious gazes and intense discussions from everyone, but was suddenly interrupted by Leah. He glared at Leah unhappily. Nick had a stomach full of anger and could not argue with Director Hao, so he shouted at Leah, "Stinking bitch, you guys don't need to come in, tonight has nothing to do with you guys." Leah was immediately unhappy, and said forcefully, "Why does it have nothing to do with us? My darling is the real gambling king. Those Tom, Dick, and Harry that you brought are nothing. Don't embarrass yourself here." Leah had always disliked people looking down on Qin Feng, so when she spoke, she was not polite at all. President Hao and Nick's faces darkened. Master Zhou, Boss Ma, and the others weren't happy either. Even if #1 Ghost, Hong Mei, and second master he were not as good as the invincible duo and Traceless, they were still experts in the gambling world. How could they be challenged by a young man and woman? Ha! You're saying that the invincible heroes I've invited are just some random people? Do you even understand the situation in the international gambling world? Nick shouted angrily. President Hao gave her a thumbs up and said, "I invited Traceless, the international gambling king. How dare you brag like that? I'd like to see who you invited. Don't tell me it's the man beside you. I think he hasn't even grown his hair yet he dares to participate in tonight's gamble." President Hao's words were merciless and made many people laugh out loud. However, there were a dozen or so people in the crowd who didn't dare to laugh. These people were all big shots in the international gambling world. When they saw Qin Feng, they were so scared that they almost knelt down. Wasn't this the new gambling king Qin Feng who won the championship in Hong Kong? I didn't expect to meet you here, senior. Greetings, gambling king. Laughter could be heard everywhere, as if it would not stop for a while. At this moment, the ghosts that Elder Zhou brought with him suddenly walked in front of Qin Feng and respectfully greeted Qin Feng. After ghost counting came back to his senses, the dozen or so international gambling experts came to their senses one after another and surrounded Qin Feng. Senior Gambling King, I'm Hong Mei, an American card player. I didn't attend the card exchange in Hong Kong, but after watching the video of Senior Gambling King playing cards, I couldn't figure out your skills at all. If it's possible, please give me some pointers. Hong Mei is willing to be your disciple. Is it really young Master Qin? I didn't expect to meet you here. Since young Master Qin is also here tonight, I won't embarrass myself. Second Master he cupped his hands at Qin Feng. Traceless was also surprised to see Qin Feng. Back in Hong Kong, the two of them worked together to put on a show. In the end, they captured the Wei family and Yamaguchi-gumi and stopped Yamaguchi-gumi's money laundering plan. Qin Feng had played with Traceless at that time. Qin Feng's speed at changing cards was so fast that even Traceless didn't notice it. Traceless didn't dare to be arrogant in front of Qin Feng. Hee. Looks like young Master Qin is going to spend the night with Princess Lisa tonight. I'm here to congratulate young Master Qin. Traceless chuckled as he greeted Qin Feng. Many of these people were Qin Feng's old friends. Qin Feng nodded at Second Master He and Traceless in greeting. The crowd was stunned. The clamor and chatter completely disappeared, and the laughter was long gone. Hundreds of people gathered in leisure area number 1, but it was so quiet that even the sound of a pin dropping could be heard. Master Zhou's smile froze on his face, Boss Ma's jaw dropped to the ground, and young Master Zhao's eyes widened. Nick didn't really understand Chinese, so he didn't know what was going on. President Hao had thought that he would be able to spend the night with Princess Lisa tonight because he had invited Wang Wuhan. In the end, his fantasy had been shattered before the banquet had even officially begun. Traceless, Gambling King, what's going on? Chief Hao suddenly woke up and hurriedly asked Traceless. Traceless didn't have a master-servant relationship with Chief Hao. He merely took Chief Hao's money to help. Now that he saw Qin Feng here, how could he continue helping Chief Hao? I'm sorry, Chief Hao, but I won't be participating in tonight's gamble. Traceless said. Why not? We've agreed that I've already paid the deposit for your appearance. Chief Hao's expression changed drastically. He felt that Qin Feng wasn't simple. I'll return the deposit to you. You should find someone else. Traceless' attitude was firm as he directly rejected Chief Hao. Who would dare to make a move in front of Qin Feng? Traceless, Gambling King, do you think the appearance fee is too low? Name a price, and I'll give you more. Chief Hao's expression darkened. He thought Traceless wanted to rip him off at the last minute. Traceless shook his head and smiled bitterly. He couldn't be bothered to explain more to Chief Hao. At this time, the other gambling experts also expressed their opinions. Master Zhou, I'm withdrawing from tonight's gamble, Numberless Ghosts said firmly. With Gambling King Qin here, how could we juniors dare to embarrass ourselves? I still want to be his disciple. Boss Ma, please find someone else. I didn't think I'd see young Master Qin and Grandmaster Traceless on this cruise ship. After tonight, the three of us should have a drink together. Second Master he chuckled as he stroked his beard. More than 10 gambling experts announced their withdrawal from tonight's competition. Only Parker Chong and Fred were left in a daze for a long time. At the Hong Kong Gambling Kings Conference, the invincible duo's opponents were Qin Feng and Leah. However, Leah used a disguise, so the two didn't recognize her. However, Qin Feng's appearance was unchanged. The invincible duo's bodies trembled the moment they saw Qin Feng. Isn't this Freon and Reptile? I didn't think I'd see you guys here. It seems like you guys don't plan to withdraw. Then let's play a few rounds. Qin Feng hugged Li Ye and walked in front of the invincible duo with a smile. The two suddenly came to their senses. How would they dare to gamble with Qin Feng? At the Hong Kong Gambling Kings Conference, they felt that Qin Feng cheated. However, after the incident, they took out the surveillance footage and played it 50 times slower. They still couldn't find any evidence of Qin Feng cheating. Gambling King Qin, you must be joking. We're no match for you. We'll withdraw from tonight's competition as well. Fred and Parker Chung quickly announced their withdrawal. They didn't want to embarrass themselves in public. The people gathered here were the CEOs and aristocratic families from various countries. They were all dumbfounded by Qin Feng's sudden appearance. Especially when they saw Traceless lowering her head to Qin Feng and the invincible duo greeting Qin Feng with a smile even after being called Freon and Reptile, they couldn't understand Qin Feng's identity anymore. Since everyone is giving me face, then I won't be unreasonable. Tonight, I'm here to spend a good night with Princess Lisa. Qin Feng publicly stated his intention. Now, Traceless and the other international gambling experts would not participate in the competition. The group of wealthy CEOs all had bitter faces. They spent a lot of money to invite these international gambling experts, but in the end, they were all scared out of their wits and withdrew before the game even started. The atmosphere in the spacious leisure zone number 1 fell into a strange silence. The originally high-spirited crowd was now as depressed as if someone had died in their family. Princess Lisa has arrived. Everyone, quickly kneel and pay your respects. A majestic roar suddenly came from the entrance of the leisure zone. The originally quiet hall was suddenly stirred. Everyone looked towards the door. 2 rows of guards came in first, followed by 4 strong men carrying a golden palanquin. Behind the palanquin were 2 rows of guards wearing silver armor and holding long spears. The formation was very intimidating. Greetings, Princess Lisa. After the guards and the golden sedan chair entered the hall, the 2 rows of guards took the lead to kneel and pay their respects. The wealthy businessmen who came from various places suddenly came to their senses and knelt on the ground one after another. Hundreds of people knelt, including Traceless and the other international gambling experts. This was the rule of Lisa No. 1 cruise ship. On this ship, Princess Lisa was the king. Anyone who saw her had to kneel and pay their respects. If you don't accept this rule, you don't have to board the ship. What's wrong with you two? Why aren't you kneeling when you see Princess Lisa? The crowd knelt, but 2 people stood ramrod straight as if they didn't see anything. One of the guards raised his spear and glared at Qin Feng and Li Ye. Seeing this, Mo De broke out in a cold sweat and hurriedly ran over to stop his companion. You're crazy, that man is the Hua Xia brat that Princess Lisa has her eyes on. Yesterday, he didn't kneel when he saw the princess. I was going to teach him a lesson, but I was reprimanded by the princess. Mo De explained the situation. The expression of the guard who was acting ruthlessly with Qin Feng and Li Ye changed greatly. He hurriedly retracted his spear and pretended that nothing had happened. Everyone continued to kneel on the ground and didn't dare to get up. Qin Feng hugged Li Ye and leisurely stood at the side, drinking red wine as if nothing had happened. Chapter 1205. Remember in 1 second, pen? Writing learning this is a wonderful free reading without a pop-up window. Yesterday afternoon, Qin Feng, young master Hu, and the others had caused trouble, which led to Princess Lisa. At that time, everyone knelt when they saw Princess Lisa's golden palanquin, but Qin Feng turned a blind eye to it. However, not many people saw this. At this moment, almost all the passengers were gathered in leisure zone number 1. Most of them had never seen Qin Feng before. When they saw his arrogant and ignorant behavior, a wave of discussion spread. Who the hell is this person? How dare you not kneel in front of Princess Lisa? Humph! Who did he think he was? How dare he act big in front of Princess Lisa? Let's see how he dies. Ha! This kid was thrown into the sea by Princess Lisa to feed the fishes. In that case, the international gambling expert that everyone invited doesn't have to withdraw from the competition. We still have hope tonight. No one was optimistic about Qin Feng. Those who were able to board the Lisa No. 1 cruise ship were all powerful people. No matter how arrogant they usually were, they had to be obedient on this cruise ship. This ship belonged to Princess Lisa, and there were more than 500 of Princess Lisa's bodyguards on board. How dare they behave atrociously on this ship? Unless his brain was kicked by a donkey. However, after waiting for a long time, everyone realized that Qin Feng and Liya were still standing at the side. The originally fierce guards actually ignored this scene, and even Princess Lisa did not say anything. Welcome aboard this Lisa 1. Every year, I organize an international travel route. Tonight is the busiest night for this travel route. I've organized a banquet here, all the food and wine at the banquet are free. At the same time, I've also set up a bet at the banquet. Those who can last until the end of the bet will be invited by me to spend the night in my cabin tonight. When Princess Lisa spoke in English, everyone could basically understand her. As soon as she finished speaking, the crowd suddenly burst into an uproar. Rumor had it that Princess Lisa was an outstanding beauty and was also the most favored princess of a certain large country in South Africa. Whoever could gain her favor would become the emperor's son-in-law in the future, second only to one and above tens of thousands, but soon, everyone recovered from their excitement. Princess Lisa actually did not punish the young couple? What was going on? Did he forget? Alright, I now announce the official start of tonight's banquet. Everyone, please take your seats. As soon as Princess Lisa's voice fell, the group of guards had already stood up. The wealthy merchants and young masters also stood up one after another. Everyone looked at Qin Feng in astonishment. This brat really wasn't punished? Recreational Zone No. 1 was very big. Even if thousands of people gathered there, it wouldn't feel crowded. The hall was filled with dining cars with all kinds of delicacies and wines. Luxurious food such as bird's nest, shark's fin, and bear's paw were as common as spicy strips on this cruise ship. Tonight's gambling match will officially begin. Those who want to participate in the competition, hurry up and sign up. You need to exchange 50 million chips to sign up. Moda suddenly said. Next to the dining area was a large entertainment area filled with all kinds of card tables. According to the usual situation at the banquet, every time the game started, hundreds of rich people would rush over to exchange for chips to participate in the competition. However, the situation tonight was very special. After Moda finished speaking, there was not a single person who went to exchange for chips, cough cough. I'll say it again. Tonight's gambling match will officially begin. You only have 10 minutes to exchange chips. Passengers who need to participate, please hurry up. Moda and the others didn't see the scene of Qin Feng scaring off the international gambling experts, so they still didn't understand the situation. He thought his voice was too soft and no one heard him, so he yelled at the top of his lungs again. However, after waiting for a while, no one came to participate in the gambling match. The group of wealthy merchants and young masters all glanced over. They all had expressions of anticipation and yearning, but they didn't come over. Moda was extremely gloomy. He had followed a few ships, but this was the first time he encountered this kind of situation. Could it be that Princess Lisa's charm was no longer working? Everyone, Princess Lisa just told me that in order to thank everyone for their support for Lisa No. 1, the entry chips for tonight's banquet card game will be reduced from 50 million to 30 million. The time to sign up is 5 minutes. Everyone, hurry up and sign up. Moda was stunned on the spot and didn't know what to do. Another guard ran over to save the situation. The original 50 million entry fee fell to 30 million. A burst of excited shouts came from the crowd, but the shouts quickly subsided. Everyone's expressions became even more gloomy. Emoda and the other guard were even more gloomy than the passengers. The entry chips had already been reduced to 30 million, but in the end, they still didn't see anyone sign up for the competition. Princess Lisa's golden palanquin had already landed and was placed on the highest spot in the leisure area. Lisa sat in the palanquin and didn't come down, but she was constantly paying attention to the situation in the leisure area. When she saw this scene, she also felt extremely gloomy. Hee. Since no one signed up for the competition, I'll take the lead. The silence in the hall was finally broken by someone. Qin Feng hugged Liya and laughed as they walked to the entertainment area. When Emoda saw Qin Feng, he was a bit afraid. Even now, he still didn't understand the relationship between Princess Lisa and this Chinese man. Mr. and Beauty, welcome to the card game. Emoda didn't dare to neglect Qin Feng and Liya, so he smiled and invited them to take a seat. When everyone saw that Qin Feng had really participated in the competition, all of their hearts were filled with despair. Even the gambling king of this generation, Wu Hen, had to take the initiative to withdraw from the competition when he saw Qin Feng. How could they be Qin Feng's match? Cough cough. There's already a gentleman participating, are the others still not going to sign up? There are only 3 minutes left in the registration time. The first place winner of tonight's card game can spend a good night with Princess Lisa. Emoda looked at the empty entertainment area and couldn't help but shout again. He even threw out the bait of spending a good night together. The crowd boiled over for a while, but it quickly quieted down. Who didn't want to see Princess Lisa's face and spend a good night with her? But in terms of gambling, no one could beat Qin Feng. 3 minutes passed quickly. When the competition ended, Emoda and the other guards were dumbfounded. Qin Feng and Liya were the only 2 people sitting in the entertainment area. There was actually no one gambling cards at this banquet? This was the first time they had encountered such a bizarre thing since the Lisa one held the Sea and Sky banquet, causing Emoda and the other guards to be at a loss as to what to do. Since only one person signed up, then he is tonight's winner. The winner, please come to my boudoir. The strange atmosphere was broken by a pleasant voice. As soon as Princess Lisa's voice fell, the golden palanquin was lifted up by 4 strong men and had already left the number 1 leisure area. The crowd immediately burst into an uproar. That was a chance to spend a good night with Princess Lisa, but it was so easily taken away by Qin Feng. And in the previous years at the Sea and Sky banquet, which of the people who were able to see Princess Lisa didn't spend $1 billion or even $10 billion to win the banquet card game and get the chance to spend a good night with Princess Lisa? The clamor was like a wave, but Qin Feng acted as if he didn't hear it. After giving a few instructions to Liya, Qin Feng had already followed Emoda and the other guards towards Princess Lisa's boudoir. Princess Lisa's cabin was not in the same place as the public cabin that Qin Feng lived in. In fact, it was in the opposite direction. The closer they got to Princess Lisa's boudoir, the more guards there were. Mr. Qin, we're here. Emoda's attitude towards Qin Feng was becoming more and more respectful because he couldn't understand Qin Feng at all. This young Chinese youth seemed to be hiding countless secrets. Qin Feng stood in the passageway and saw that Lisa had already walked down from the golden palanquin. Her entire body was shining with gold and silver jewelry. She wore a golden silk dress and a golden crown on her head. She entered the room as soon as she got off the palanquin. Emoda, bring Mr. Qin Feng in. Lisa's voice came from inside the room. The group of guards immediately retreated and stood guard 3 meters away from the cabin. Emoda respectfully brought Qin Feng to the door, but he didn't dare to go in. Mr. Qin, please come in. Qin Feng walked into Princess Lisa's cabin, and Emoda closed the cabin door. As soon as they entered the cabin, they saw that it was glittering. The cabin was decorated with gold and jade. The interior of the cabin was huge, and one could not see the end of it. There were more than 10 maids standing in the hall, but there were no male guards in the room. "Bring Mr. Qin Feng to change and take a bath." Lisa's voice came from inside. There was a large pool over there, and it was emitting rolling mist. It looked like Lisa was taking a bath there. 4 maids immediately walked to Qin Feng's side and led him to another pool. The 4 of them personally helped Qin Feng take off his clothes and wash him. Their service attitude was definitely royal treatment. Half an hour later, Qin Feng was washed clean. When he walked out of the pool, a maid brought a clean golden silk robe and draped it over him. Then, she led Qin Feng to the depths of the room. "Princess Lisa, Mr. Qin has arrived." After the maids brought Qin Feng over, they all obediently retreated. This seemed to be a place to sleep, but the space was also very large. It was more than 10 times larger than a normal bedroom. Lisa was lying on a large red round table. The round table was covered by a white veil. Looking through the veil, Qin Feng could faintly see Lisa's beauty. This was an outstanding beauty. Although she was the princess of South Africa and her skin was a bit dark, her figure was definitely first-rate. It was even slightly better than Li Yu's. Princess Lisa's long hair fell like a waterfall on her shoulders. Her facial features were three-dimensional and exquisite, and there was a red heart between her eyebrows. Her eyelashes were thick, and her eyebrows were slender. She lazily slept on the round table, causing a flame of desire to instantly ignite in one's stomach. "Mr. Qin is from China. I heard that there are many scholars in China, and I like poetry very much. How about Mr. Qin enter my tent and write poems for me?" Lisa's voice was extremely seductive. As she spoke, she moved her body. Her golden silk robe fell apart, revealing a pair of slender and beautiful legs. Chapter 1206. Qin Feng had been suppressing this question for a long time. He had wanted to ask Princess Lisa the first time he saw her yesterday afternoon. Behind the curtain, Lisa's expression changed slightly. After a moment of silence, she said, "Is this question very important? Is it more important than me spending the night with Mr. Qin? There's no need to spend the night with me. Although you're very beautiful, the women by my side aren't inferior to you. I have something to say to you, so answer my question first." Qin Feng's expression was indifferent, and his voice was emotionless. Lisa abruptly sat up straight and pulled open the curtain. This time, her peerlessly beautiful appearance was completely revealed to Qin Feng. "Have you changed your mind now?" Lisa sat on the round table with her skirt lifted to her thighs. That moving and charming scene was something that no man could resist. Even Qin Feng's heart slightly rippled. However, after a brief moment of absent-mindedness, Qin Feng calmed down. "I haven't changed my mind." Qin Feng indifferently swept his gaze over Lisa's long legs. They were indeed very charming, but Qin Feng didn't want to provoke the princess of a large South African kingdom. Lisa's peerlessly beautiful and charming face instantly became so cold that it was about to freeze. As the princess of a large South African kingdom, she had endless pursuers from a young age. They were all children of rich people or high officials. Growing up in such a rich and powerful royal family, Lisa developed great foresight and a tsundere personality. She never thought that she would be rejected when she took the initiative to seduce Qin Feng. This was the first time in Lisa's 23 years of life that she was rejected by a man. "Qin Feng, don't be so shameless when I give you face. You dare to reject this princess? Who do you think you are?" Lisa's face changed so quickly that Qin Feng almost couldn't keep up with her rhythm. "So you know me, but I don't think I've seen you before." Qin Feng was a bit angry, but more than that, he was puzzled. Could it be that he really slept with this South African royal princess? Was this woman here to get even with him? Indeed, we haven't seen each other, but you, young Master Cheen, are famous. You've already crossed the ocean and spread all over South Africa. I've seen your photo and read your information, so that's how it is. Cheen Feng understood. It seemed that this Princess Lisa was afraid of his identity and strength. No wonder she didn't make a move against him the previous 2 times. I don't care if you're the Azure Dragon of Huaxia or the strongest martial artist in Huaxia, I'm the king on this Lisa #1 cruise ship. I want you to kneel and beg for mercy. From now on, you'll be my manservant and obey my orders. Otherwise, I'll make sure you die on this ship. Cheen Feng, oh Cheen Feng, I'm afraid of your skills. As a princess of the imperial family, Lisa's status and dignity were high and inviolable. Cheen Feng's rejection of Lisa's seduction was like an invisible palm slapping Lisa's face, thoroughly enraging this arrogant princess of the imperial family. Faced with Lisa's threat, Cheen Feng had a calm smile on his face. Princess Lisa, you're dreaming. I advise you to obediently listen to me. That way, I can consider saving your life. Cheen Feng had come because of the Firebird. He wanted to tell Lisa about the Firebird's plan to hijack the cruise ship. Lisa, however, was still unaware. She suddenly sneered and said, "You want to spare my life? Ha! You Huaxia people are indeed arrogant. Don't think you can be presumptuous with me just because you're strong. I have 500 elite guards on this ship. I can order them to capture you at any time." Lisa was still an imperial princess in South Africa. She had no idea of Cheen Feng's ability to represent Huaxia. She also didn't know the strength of Huaxia ancient martial artists. Otherwise, why would she say such ridiculous words? What was a mere 500 guards? Cheen Feng could kill them with one slap if he exploded. I can't be bothered with you, woman. I came to tell you that there are bandits on this ship. They want to hijack the Lisa #1. Hurry and inform your subordinates. Tell them to be on guard and cooperate with me to capture those bandits. Cheen Feng was speechless at Lisa's arrogance, so he went straight to the point. Lisa was stunned at first, then she laughed loudly. Haha. You said someone wants to hijack my cruise ship? Ha ha ha. Are you out of your mind? This is my, Princess Lisa's cruise ship. There are 500 of my elite guards on this ship. I don't believe anyone would dare to hijack it. Lisa was indeed an arrogant woman. She was so arrogant that Cheen Feng wanted to slap this woman to death. Cheen Feng suppressed the anger in his heart and continued, I'm not in the mood to joke with you. The person who wants to hijack the cruise ship is the Firebird. You should have heard of this nickname, right? The Firebird was the #1 drug lord in South Africa. Of course Lisa knew about the Firebird, but in front of the imperial family, what was the Firebird? Lisa didn't care about this kind of drug lord at all. Humph. Don't randomly spread rumors here. The Firebird has the guts to hijack this princess cruise ship? So what if he has the guts? In front of my 500 elite guards, the Firebird can't even withstand a single blow. Lisa talked about her 500 guards at every turn. Cheen Feng was so angry that he wanted to go out and kill all 500 guards. Then, he would come back and ask this Princess Lisa if she was still arrogant or not. Crack. Just as the two of them were in a deadlock, the door to Lisa's cabin opened. Mord walked in with 4 strong men. Mord, who let you in? Do you want to die? Lisa was so angry that her face was deathly pale. She always covered her face with a veil in front of outsiders. Those who saw her appearance either died or wanted to marry her. As the head of Lisa's guards, Mord was very clear about the rules of their country. However, at this moment, Mord's abnormal actions shocked everyone. The female servants in the room all cried out in alarm. Ah! My beautiful and moving Princess Lisa, I don't want to die. If I really have to die, then I'll die on your body. I'll play with you until I die. Mord seemed to have changed into a different person. He actually had a playful smile on his face as he stared at Lisa. He was unrestrainedly sizing up the beauty and body of this imperial princess. Lisa was stunned on the spot. She felt like she was dreaming. This servant that she usually ordered around like a dog actually dared to be rude to her? What are you four still standing there for? Hurry and catch Mord and throw him into the ocean to feed the fish. After Lisa came back to her senses, she was so angry that her chest rose and fell. However, the guards that came in with Mord didn't seem to hear Lisa's orders. They stood there with indifferent expressions like 4 stone pillars. Mord's smile blossomed even more. He actually walked towards Lisa step by step and stared at her chest, unable to move his eyes away. Princess Lisa, other than being born a bit better, what else do you have that makes me work for you? If you throw away your identity as an imperial princess, what do you count for? Can't you tell even now? I'm no longer your guard. I've followed Big Brother Firebird. Tonight, this entire cruise belongs to Big Brother Firebird. As for you, I'll have some fun first. Mord was usually ordered around by Princess Lisa, so he had a belly full of dissatisfaction in his heart. Now that he had defected, he completely exposed his true nature and had already begun to take off his outer clothes. The maids in the room were scared to death. They hugged their heads and squatted on the ground, not knowing what to do. Lisa suddenly understood. Earlier, Qin Feng had told her that the Firebird was going to rebel, but Lisa had never taken it seriously. Now that Mord had started to defy her, Lisa finally believed this fact. Why you dare to insult this princess's reputation? Why you, get out of my way. I'm an imperial princess, how can a servant like you spy on me? Seeing Mord take off his shirt, Lisa screamed in fright. However, Mord didn't have any intention of stopping. Instead, he became even more excited. Ah! See Qin Feng, what are you still standing there for? Hurry and save me. As long as you save me and help me catch the Firebird, I can give you a lot of money and won't let you be my servant. Hurry and do it. Seeing that Mord was about to catch her, Lisa suddenly thought of Qin Feng. This person was China's #1 expert, he would definitely be able to save her. Looking at the current Qin Feng, he was leisurely sitting at a square table to the side and drinking fine wine. It was as if nothing had happened in front of him. Princess Lisa, I'm not familiar with you, so why should I save you? What's more, there's something wrong with your attitude when asking for help. I'm not your servant. Before, Qin Feng couldn't bear to see Lisa's princess sickness. Now was the perfect opportunity to properly teach this woman a lesson. Wasn't she just an imperial princess? Mord saw Qin Feng when he entered the room, but he didn't put Qin Feng in his eyes at all. He was deeply attracted by Princess Lisa's beauty and planned to play with this woman first before taking care of Qin Feng. You guys look after that Chinese pig, don't let him run away. Mord shouted at the 4 guards at the door. 2 of the 4 immediately walked towards Qin Feng, but they didn't control Qin Feng. They stood behind Qin Feng like 2 door gods. Lisa was running around the room. Mord took off his pants and chased after Lisa while laughing. Beautiful Princess Lisa, don't run. I'm very fierce, I definitely won't disappoint you, you beast, hurry up and scram. If my royal father finds out about this, he'll definitely kill your entire family. Qin Feng, you bastard, hurry and save me. Otherwise, I'll have my royal father destroy you. Lisa still had the appearance of a tsundere princess, but her fierce words didn't scare Mord or shake Qin Feng. Ah! Princess Lisa, do you think you can live past tonight? I'm not afraid to tell you that Big Brother Firebird said that after robbing this cruise tonight, he'll kill everyone and throw them into the ocean. No one will know that Big Brother Firebird did this. And I won't go back either. In the future, I'll follow Big Brother Firebird to eat and drink well. I won't be a bullshit guard captain anymore." Mord's eyes were filled with madness. He was clearly tempted by the Firebird's money. Chapter 1207. Qin Feng, quickly save me. Let's write off everything from before. Princess Lisa had nowhere to retreat. Her sexy body shrank into a corner. Her arrogance had dissipated a lot, and she seemed to be slowly accepting the reality in front of her. Princess Lisa, I say, is there something wrong with your head? That brat can't even protect himself, and you want him to save you? Mo de couldn't help but sneer. He didn't know Qin Feng's identity, otherwise, he definitely wouldn't have said these words. Lisa ignored Mo de. Her beautiful eyes looked at Qin Feng, who was sitting quietly in the distance. Now, only this man could save her. Do you know your wrongs? Qin Feng held a glass of red wine and carefully tasted it as if there was no one else around. Lisa was half dead with anger, but things had already come to this, so she could only swallow her anger and say, I was wrong, I shouldn't have been so strong to you before, I should have believed your words. Quickly save me, we can be good friends in the future. Princess Lisa was so proud and noble that she didn't have any true friends in her life. She was willing to make friends with Qin Feng, which was already a big concession. Even Mo de was stunned for a moment. He even turned his head to look at Qin Feng, who was drinking, and thought to himself, who was this Chinese pig? Who could make Princess Lisa bow and scrape? You too, kill that Huaxia pig for me. Mo de really couldn't stand Qin Feng's leisurely attitude. He didn't put him in his eyes at all. With a command, the two guards standing behind Qin Feng had already made their move. One on the left and one on the right, they grabbed Qin Feng's shoulders. The maid who fell to the ground screamed incessantly. Lisa began to feel nervous. After all, she had only heard that Qin Feng was the #1 expert in China, but she had never seen Qin Feng's skills. He couldn't even beat two guards. Rumble. A muffled sound suddenly exploded on Qin Feng's body. Just as the two guards' hands landed on Qin Feng's shoulders, a huge wave of true energy surged over and instantly sent the two of them flying. The guards fell to the ground and couldn't get up. Their bodies were covered in wounds and blood. Everyone was shocked and didn't even know what had happened. What's going on? What are you two still standing there for? Hurry up and kill that brat. Mo de was so scared that his heart was beating wildly. He hurriedly ordered the other two guards to wake up. They immediately grabbed their spears and stabbed at Qin Feng. Xiao. The sound of the wind rang out, but it was too soft to attract the attention of the two guards. But in the next second, the spears in their hands suddenly fell to the ground, along with their palms. Screams immediately resounded through the roof. The eyes of the two guards fell to the ground. They couldn't understand how their palms could have fallen. The excruciating pain caused the two of them to faint. The room fell into a dead silence. Princess Lisa and Mo de were completely confused. The maids had all fainted from fright. Blood flowed in the room, and the smell of blood assailed their noses. It was as if they had fallen into hell. Yes, did you do it? You dare to kill my people? You're done for. Mo de was so scared that his words were trembling, but he still wanted to pretend to be calm to threaten Qin Feng. Princess Lisa had already regained her senses. While Mo de wasn't paying attention, she hurriedly ran to Qin Feng's side. Qin Feng, did you really kill them? Otherwise, you killed them? Qin Feng looked at Lisa in disdain. This royal princess was too arrogant in front of him, and Qin Feng was a little dissatisfied with her. Lisa was extremely shocked. She was in this room just now, but she didn't notice how Qin Feng made his move. Was this the strength of China's #1 expert? With an expert like Qin Feng protecting her, Lisa was no longer afraid of Mo De and the Firebird. How did you kill people? Mo De didn't understand how the 4 guards fell, but at this moment, Qin Feng casually waved his hand and a white light flashed. In the next moment, Mo De felt his wrist turn cold. When he instinctively looked at his hand, he jumped up in fright. Hand? Where's Laozi's hand? The wind blade was too fast, so fast that Mo De's hand was cut off, but he still didn't feel any pain. However, blood had already begun to spray out from the severed arm. The heart-wrenching pain also emerged, and the room was filled with Mo De's pig-like screams. This is how I kill people, do you understand? Qin Feng looked indifferently at Mo De. Mo De didn't understand at all, but he didn't care about this right now. Although the pain of losing his arm made Mo De wish he was dead, his heart was filled with even more fear. The young man in China in front of him was too strange, killing people with just a raise of his hand. Wow! Qin Feng, why you're too powerful. How did you do it? Hurry up and teach me. Lisa was dumbstruck. She didn't sympathize with Mo De who had betrayed her at all. Instead, she excitedly hugged Qin Feng's arm and jumped around. The originally arrogant princess had now turned into a curious little girl. If the members of the royal family and the citizens of the country saw this scene, they would definitely be shocked blind. Be quiet, or else I won't care about you anymore. Qin Feng coldly glared at Princess Lisa. Lisa immediately pouted and didn't dare to say anything. Mo De's screams finally quieted down a little. Qin Feng walked in front of him in a few steps. Where's the Firebird? How many people did you bring this time? When are you going to carry out the robbery plan? Qin Feng asked many questions in a row. Mo De was obviously very afraid of Qin Feng. He was trembling in fear, but he stammered for a long time without saying anything. Whoosh! The white light flashed again, and this time, Mo De's other palm also fell to the ground. Qin Feng had killed countless people, and his heart had long been cold and emotionless. Not to mention, when facing an enemy, Qin Feng would never show mercy. Not long ago, Mo De was still fantasizing about helping the Firebird rob the cruise ship and living a carefree life as a rich man. Even if he was beaten to death, he would never have thought that after a few minutes, he would become a cripple. My patience is limited. From now on, if you don't speak for every 10 seconds, I will cut off one of your arms and legs until you are cut into pieces. Qin Feng's voice was as cold as frost. Not to mention Mo De, even Princess Lisa was so scared that her face turned pale. When she thought about how she threatened to make Qin Feng her servant, Lisa felt a lingering fear in her heart. This was a demon-like man. I said. Big brother, don't kill me, I'll tell you everything. After a few more seconds, Mo De's psychological defense completely collapsed. In front of Qin Feng, a supreme expert at the first level of true qi, not many people could resist. Yes, it was Brother Firebird who wanted to hijack the cruise ship. Brother Firebird had planned this plan for a long time. He secretly contacted me a month ago and said that he would give me a lot of money. I was also momentarily bewitched. After Mo De confessed, his mouth became unceasing. Qin Feng interrupted him with a cold face. Don't talk nonsense, just answer my questions. Mo De's entire body trembled. He hurriedly organized his words and continued, Brother Firebird did not bring many people, a total of 50 or so subordinates. The robbery has already begun, and I am responsible for kidnapping Princess Lisa. After I betrayed him, I also roped in over 100 guards on the ship and gave the layout of the ship to the Firebird subordinates. According to the time, the Firebird and the others are about to succeed. Mo De's words gave Lisa quite a fright. Lisa had always relied on the 500 guards as confidence and thought that no one would dare to cause trouble on the Lisa No. 1 cruise ship. Who would have thought that the cruise ship would really be hijacked? It happened so quickly that Lisa could not even recover from her shock. Qin Feng had already expected this. With a calm expression, he said, "Have you seen the Firebird? Is it this person?" Qin Feng flipped through the photo of the Firebird on his phone. Mo De took a look and hurriedly shook his head. "It's definitely not this person. The Firebird is a local black man in South Africa. He's in cabin 1108 of this cruise ship." Cabin 1108? Qin Feng was momentarily confused. Wasn't that room the cabin of the fake Firebird? Could it be that the black man was the real Firebird? However, Leah had firmly stated several times that the Hong Kong police's intelligence would not be wrong. This matter was truly unfathomable. "Is the Firebird you're talking about the real Firebird?" Qin Feng asked. Mo De was stunned by the question. He looked at Qin Feng with a blank expression. "Big brother, this South Africa only has one Firebird. There's nothing real or fake about it. The Firebird I saw was real. He's been in South Africa for more than 10 years. I've known him for a long time." Hearing Mo De's words, Qin Feng was even more convinced that there was a problem with the Hong Kong police's intelligence. From the past few days of contact, Qin Feng also felt that the fake Firebird did not seem to be fake. "Big brother, I've told you everything I know. Please spare this little brother's life." Mo De suddenly knelt on the ground. He was so scared that his back was drenched in sweat. Qin Feng was too lazy to look at Mo De any longer, and said coldly, "If you want to live, it will depend on your own performance. Now, atone for your crimes and let your traitorous subordinates subdue the Firebird's people. After we capture the Firebird, I can spare your life." Mo De really didn't think that he would end up like this. If he had known earlier, he would not have betrayed Princess Lisa even if he was beaten to death. How good would it be to be a safe and stable guard captain for the rest of his life? The Firebird and Qin Feng were both people that Mo De could not afford to offend. Mo De knelt on the ground and struggled fiercely in his heart. But after a round of comparison, Mo De was even more afraid of Qin Feng. This Chinese man had very mystical methods. He could simply kill people invisibly. "Okay, big brother, I'll go arrange it now." Mo De crawled up from the ground and ran out. Rumble. 4 fireballs suddenly flew out. Mo De ran to the door and suddenly stopped. When he turned his head, he saw an unforgettable and terrifying scene. Qin Feng actually shot out 4 fireballs with his bare hands and burned the 4 guards on the ground to ashes. Then, the fireballs disappeared into thin air as if they had never appeared. "Remember, if you dare to betray me again, they will be your end." Qin Feng's voice was deep and cold as if it came from hell. Big brother, don't worry. Even if, little brother is beaten to death by the Firebird's people, I won't betray big brother." Mo De was so scared that he directly knelt on the ground. If he was beaten to death by the Firebird's people, at least his corpse would be intact. If he offended Qin Feng, he would probably be burned to the point that even his soul would be gone. For the fastest and error-free reading, please bookmark this site to read the latest. Chapter 1208. Inside the lounge area of the Lisa No. 1 cruise ship, the scene had changed drastically. 10 minutes ago, all the passengers were eating, drinking, and having fun. Now, everyone was squatting on the floor with their hands over their heads. Some of the rich bosses even fainted from fear. The No. 1 leisure area had been surrounded. A group of strong men in black with guns guarded the area. As soon as they entered the house, they killed several people as a demonstration. However, there were guards under Princess Lisa among the robbers, which made all the passengers despair. everybody thought that Princess Lisa had colluded with outsiders to rob them. The fake Firebird was sitting on the chair at the top of the lounge area with one foot on the chair and a pistol in his hand. He glared at the crowd like a tiger watching its prey. A man with Chinese appearance rushed in from outside. "Ali, what's the situation?" The fake Firebird's eyes lit up when he saw the man. "Boss, the whole cruise ship is under our control. Mord is the only one who hasn't received any news yet. Should we send a few people over to take a look?" Ali said respectfully to the fake Firebird. Leah was also among the crowd. She kept looking left and right for Qin Feng. However, when she saw the conversation between Ali and the Firebird, she was puzzled. Even she felt that this black man was very similar to the real Firebird. Moreover, she didn't see any powerful person behind the fake Firebird. Could it be that Hong Kong's intelligence department was wrong? Whispers of discussion came from the lounge. The passengers who were held at gunpoint were gloomy. From the conversation between the Firebird and Ali, it didn't seem like Princess Lisa had colluded with these people. Could it be that these people had captured Princess Lisa? What kind of people were they? Everyone was aware of the crisis of the situation. This was a group of desperados who were not even afraid of Princess Lisa. This kind of people would most likely kill them after robbing them of the money. Thinking of this, the hearts of everyone on the ship were beating wildly. Bang! A muffled sound suddenly exploded, followed by a wave of screams from the crowd. The Firebird casually shot a rich woman. The rich woman's head exploded, scaring the crowd to death. "Shut the fuck up. If anyone makes a sound, you'll end up like that woman." After firing, Firebird suddenly roared, and the chaotic crowd suddenly quietened down. Nearly 1,000 people had gathered in the huge number 1 leisure zone, but at this moment, it was so quiet that the sound of a pin dropping could be heard. Moda is the captain of Lisa's guards. This brat is still unreliable. Take a few brothers to Princess Lisa's cabin and capture her for me. The Firebird looked at Ali and said. "Got it, boss." Ali received the order and immediately left the leisure area with a few of his subordinates. Firebird, on the other hand, had already stood up and strode into the crowd. "Ah. Big brother, don't kill me. You want money, right? I'll pay you however much you want." As soon as the Firebird entered the crowd, it caused another wave of exclamations. Everyone fled in all directions as if they had seen a demon from hell. Among them, a rich man in his 60s knelt on the ground and begged for mercy. Halfway through his sentence, another gunshot rang out. Bang! A shot hit the old man's head. The bloody scene scared everyone and made them scream. But before they could scream, they covered their mouths and covered their mouths. One by one, they squatted on the ground and didn't dare to move. "I'm a man of my word. I'll shoot anyone who dares to make a sound," the Firebird killed without batting an eyelid, completely intimidating everyone. When Leah saw this scene, she was so angry that she almost jumped out and grabbed the Firebird, but in the end, she calmed down. With her skills, there was no way she could subdue the Firebird's gunman. If she angered the Firebird, then more people would die. The atmosphere quietened down once again. The Firebird walked around the crowd and suddenly said, "I know that you are all rich people from various countries. This time, I hijacked the Lisa No. 1 cruise ship for money and not for your lives. As long as everyone is willing to transfer all your assets to my account, I can spare everyone's lives." Just as the Firebird finished speaking, a few brawny men in black walked into the crowd. Some of them carried large sacks of cash and gold and silver jewelry, while others carried POS machines to swipe their cards. Everyone was frowning, as if someone had died in their family. Those who were able to board the Lisa No. 1 were all rich and powerful people. They were afraid of death, but they also cared about money. Now, the most difficult choice was placed in front of everyone. Either they died, or they didn't have any money. It was too difficult to choose. You don't steal my money. I'm a representative of the island. My status is very high. Do you believe that I won't call the police to arrest? The underlings had already started to move, but when they started to snatch the money, they met with resistance. However, before that person could finish his sentence, another gunshot rang out. The Japanese man instantly fell into a pool of blood. This time, his money was gone, and his life was gone as well. If anyone dares to resist again, you can do it yourself. The Firebird killed 3 people as if it was stepping on 3 ants. It had already leisurely returned to its seat to rest. After the group of lackeys received the order, they all took out other pistols from their waists and loaded them in front of everyone. Big brother, don't kill me. I'll give you the money. The Firebird's effect of killing 1 to warn 100 was very good. After the island man died, the remaining passengers no longer dared to resist, because they would only die. The process of robbing money became very smooth. Rather than robbing money, it was more like the passengers took the initiative to give money to the Firebird. The dozen or so sacks that the lackey brought were all bulging, and now he ran to find new sacks. However, the real big money was the transfer of money. According to the Firebird, everyone had to transfer 1 billion to his card, or else they would die. 1 billion was not a small number to these passengers. Some of them only had 1 billion in total, but in the face of life and death, everyone could only obediently transfer the money to the account designated by the Firebird. Stinking bitch, are you deaf? I told you to hurry up and transfer the money. Do you believe that I won't shoot you if you continue to dawdle? The lackey who collected the money had already arrived in front of Leah. Leah's heart was filled with anger, and her face was so cold that it was about to freeze. I don't have 1 billion, even if you kill me, I don't have it. However, Leah was not afraid of these robbers. If not for the fact that she had been waiting for news from Qin Feng's side, Leah would have already made her move. However, what Leah said was the truth. Where did she get $1 billion? Even if she was beaten to death, she wouldn't be able to take it out. Humph. You want to play dumb with lousy? Then go to hell and pretend. The lackey's face turned cold, the pitch-black muzzle aimed at Leah and prepared to shoot. Leah's jade hand, which was hidden behind her back, was about to make a move, but she heard the Firebird ask, "What's going on?" "Boss, there's someone who refuses to pay again. I'm going to shoot him." The lackey's index finger suddenly hung on the trigger, not daring to pull it. The Firebird glanced at Leah, and when it saw Leah's beauty and sexy figure, its eyes shone with a green light. There's no need to kill that woman. She's obviously a young model who wants to earn money on the ship. Even if you beat her to death, she wouldn't have $1 billion. Bring her over here, I have nothing to do. The Firebird immediately set its eyes on Leah, causing Leah to sweat profusely. The lackey pointed his gun at Leah and threatened her to go over. Leah did not resist, it just so happened that she could get close to the Firebird and capture this guy alive. Hee hee. I never thought that there would be such a beautiful girl on board. Let me kiss her. Just as Leah approached the Firebird, he could not hold it in any longer. He opened his arms and pounced forward, but just as he arrived in front of Leah, a fragrant wind blew. Leah had unknowingly appeared behind the Firebird, with one hand pressing down on the Firebird's arm, she directly pressed him to the ground. Hiss! Everyone sucked in a breath of cold air. They were all stunned by this scene. The passengers were trembling in fear. No one would have thought that such a beautiful woman would dare to attack the bandit leader. You, what are you doing? Hurry up and let go of Lousy. The Firebird was also stunned, but it quickly regained its senses and cursed at Leah. All of the lackeys woke up from their stupor. Dozens of guns and spears were pointed at Leah. Just that scene alone was enough to scare an ordinary person half to death. "Cut the crap with me. Do you believe that I won't break your neck?" Leah pressed down on the firebird with one hand and pinched the firebird's neck with the other. Although this woman was tall and sexy and did not seem to be a threat, Leah was a high-ranking inspector in Hong Kong. Furthermore, after Qin Feng had helped her cut her hair and cleanse her marrow, the current Leah was a martial artist of the 3rd level. "Bitch, are you crazy? Let go of our boss, or I'll shoot you to death." The group of lackeys were stunned by Leah's bold actions and began to threaten Leah. However, Leah was not afraid at all. She suddenly increased the strength in her hands and shouted at the firebird, "Quickly make them put down their guns, or else you will die immediately." The firebird could already hear the crisp sound of his neck bones. Even his breathing became difficult, and his face turned purple. "Everyone, put down your guns. Quick, quick," the firebird's voice had also changed. It took him a lot of effort to shout out a complete sentence. The group of lackeys stared at each other, and in the end, they could only throw their guns on the ground. "Now, can you let me go now?" the firebird said. Leah slapped the firebird's forehead and roared, "You wish, you dare to kill people on the ship, and you still want to have ulterior motives towards me? See how I'll take care of you. I'll ask you a question now. Answer me honestly, or else I'll strangle you to death." Leah had single-handedly subdued the firebird, forcing the hundreds of robbers to put down their weapons. This scene had already stunned the passengers, and they no longer knew what to say. The firebird was so angry that his lungs were about to explode, but he had no choice but to listen to Leah's words. Leah impatiently asked, "Who the hell are you? Who is your boss behind the scenes?" The firebird obviously did not expect Leah to suddenly ask these questions, and a hint of vigilance flashed across his eyes. "I am the firebird, I don't have a boss, I am the biggest boss in South Africa." Pow! You're tuning into the Dreamy Chapters YouTube channel. We're so grateful for your support, and don't forget to subscribe to join us on this incredible journey through captivating stories. Your generosity through donations truly makes a world of difference, as it's the primary source of revenue that allows me to expand and enhance this channel for you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for being a part of this adventure.